Podcast, by the way, dude. We are live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. I am Dakota, apparently, because I didn't change my name. And we
Yeah.
are joined with Hunter. Captain Burley Slice here with the Pipe Hunter down there. We just got done recording the podcast, Brothers of the Pipe, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're watching this after we recorded it, thank you. Next Saturday, stop by and catch us live. But we just had an awesome podcast and looking forward to having an awesome after party here. I'm going to change my name, Hunter. You take it away.
Yeah, we just recorded the podcast. Okay. So, yeah, seriously, we did just record the newest episode of the podcast, Brothers of the Pipe. The blend that was the focus of the episode is Savinelli's Jupiter Flake, which I'll be smoking now. But Leaf and Briar, I'm here and ready to smoke and joke. What's going on, man? Yeah, so the episode was about Savinelli Jupiter, a dark burly flake with a bit of a rum topping. Words, as Dakota says, words. But anyways, you want to check that out. It'll be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts tomorrow. It was about this blend, and we really enjoyed it. Definitely a good episode. We had a lot of fun, a couple laughs, and yeah, we hope you check it out.
Leaf and Briar, he commented back on one of his videos I commented on today, and he has this incredible outdoors place to smoke, and he said it's right out his front door. So we live in the sticks, we live in the woods. Apparently we're not alone. Leaf and Briar's got a beautiful place there where he can go exploring, being God's creation, and get away from the distractions of this man-made reality, right? So very cool.
We were talking in the comment section of my post I made on Seattle Pipe Club coming back, talking about some plum pudding and some blends we hope come back and all this. I was pretty happy to see some comments on that post. I'm always happy to see comments, but I'm glad others are excited for the return of Seattle Pipe Club and curious about what it will be compared to how it was. And it may be better. I mean, we really don't know, and I don't want to assume anything. I think it is safe to say they will still be amazing blends. And yes, Leaf and Briar says the creek is the best. I would agree. We grew up right next to a creek, growing up playing in the creek, catching crawdads, fishing, splashing in water. Living close to the creek is
getting chased by blue herrings. Very important.
Gosh, that was all you. That's
a true story.
I never told you. I never got chased by blue herring, but me and Christian one time, we did get chased by a raccoon that I'm pretty sure had rabies, though.
Mm-hmm.
It was like hissing or something. I didn't know.
It's par for the course where we grew up.
Yeah, wildlife. Sometimes it intervenes and two worlds collide.
Do you know the story about the first time I ever caught a raccoon in a steel trap?
No, I don't know that one.
Okay, so I wanted to trap some critters, and Dad had a bunch of these steel foothold traps, like a bear trap, but smaller. And I wanted to run a trap line, and I didn't know a whole lot about it. And I bugged Dad to death to let's go do this. And he never did. But eventually he's like, I'll tell you how to do it, and you go do it. And I was like, dude, I was young, 10, 12 years old. He's like, how to set up. So I go across the road to the little, what we called lizard hauler, across from where the Dollar General and stuff is now, up in the mountain there. And I take a can of some salmon meat. I nail some salmon to a tree above this foothold trap, and I check it the next morning, and I got a raccoon in this trap. And the funny thing is I walked up on this trap and it was on the backside of a tree, and I didn't realize the raccoon was stuck in it. And I walk around this tree, and it is right there hissing at me. It can almost get a hold of me. And coons are tough, dude. And I was like, holy crap, I didn't have a gun with me, right? So I had to come home and get my older brother to bring a gun with me because I was just not quite old enough to, 10, 12. You got to be like 13 to carry a gun by yourself.
That's right.
And I got my older brother, and we went back and shot that coon. But I caught it all on my own. No one taught me anything. His verbal description of how to set up a trap is what led to that, and scared me to death, man. My goodness, coons are tough, and funny thing, they don't want to die. It's crazy.
there's one thing I remember. I don't know if you'll remember this. This might sound kind of embarrassing, but I'll explain. Um, we had a neighbor who was very junky and trashy at one point move out. And what happens in that situation is all the rodents living in that house will migrate once someone moves out and there's nothing left. Okay. And they migrated to our house. Now, we are very clean people. It wasn't that. It was just unfortunate circumstances. And we live very close to the creek there. That may have been part of it. But I remember being outside with you with the 22, I think, maybe a strong pellet gun, shooting the rats that were coming out of this house. And I remember I'd never seen an actual river rat before. I'm not talking about a mouse that sneaks into your house. This thing was that big, scared to death.
I actually don't remember this circumstance, but there was a lot of times in my youth growing up, shooting rats with a 22 was a thing.
Yeah, it may have been Dusty, but I think it was you. And it was this big river rat. I mean, it was a monster. And I'd seen mice outside before, these small things. I'd never seen anything like that. Without the tail, this thing's like that big, massive. And I think it was you blasted it with a 22. And
we got Caleb in the chat. Caleb Schmidt 7772. If I said that correctly, if not, I apologize. Welcome, sir. Hopefully you're smoking something nice tonight. Let us know in the chat. There, Hunter, continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was just it. Again, it was from the neighbors, not us, but we had to deal with it the best way that we could, and that involved staking outside and waiting and shooting a bunch. And it was fun until I saw that one, and it freaked me the hell out because last time I saw something like that, it was fighting Godzilla on TV. We've got quite a few in the chat here, 6 or 7. So just to show everyone again, we are, or at least I am smoking. Are you smoking it?
I am.
Yep. Savinelli Jupiter, which actually Dakota bought like on the spot on the after party a few weeks back. Like during the after party, it was mentioned. He's like, oh, buy that. I just wanted the 10, but I didn't want to buy it. So I knew I could get him just to buy it.
If you have a decent sounding burley and you bring it to my attention and it's on sale, not a whole lot of arm twisting is required for me to purchase it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that kind of being attacked. Okay. Leaf and Briar a second ago said, be right back, being attacked. And now he's like, okay, sorry. Smelling good has its benefits. So those pheromones are like, they're trickling out.
He was on for like 3 minutes, though.
Well, I mean, he's an efficient man. What can I say?
Oh, gosh. And, of course, I'm smoking the Jupiter and I call this my number one Savinelli, the number one. I'm going to start calling this the after party Savinelli because that's about the only time.
Nice rename.
I save it all week so I can smoke it like 5 times back to back.
I'm glad you brought it up, Hunter, because I have an update. The St. Nick edition 2025 Savinelli 311KS that my beautiful wife purchased me is now good to go. And we are building up the initial cake and just steamrolling through this process. The Christmas season kind of put this on a back burner, and I was like, it was hovering over me the whole time. But I got it completely sanded out to bare briar, and it is now good to go. Leaf and Briar says, dude, I shaved with Tobacco Blossom, and she went in for the smell test. All right, we got a true believer in here. Hunter claims to brush his teeth in the morning and evening with Haunted Bookshop. Leaf and Briar is shaving with Tobacco Blossom. So I sweat tobacco. You guys are using it as skincare. I need to step up my game, apparently.
That's funny. I like this guy's style. You know what I mean? And I don't, shave with Tobacco Blossom, but I definitely had a pair of women's undergarments hanging right here last weekend.
That's a true story.
I decided not to point out because I didn't know it was there. My wife put them there, and he didn't mention it until we were live on the internet. Went through the whole podcast where no one could see us. Didn't mention it.
Hey, Pipe Philosophy in the chat. Hello, sir. How are you? And what are you smoking? Leaf and Briar says it's a scented shaving soap. I'm going to have to look that one up. Hopefully a Google search will bring that up. Leaf and Briar, if you don't care, if you know off the top of your head who produces that, go ahead. and put that in the chat there. I'd like to take a picture of it, check that out later. So about that hunter last weekend, I actually noticed it during the recording of the podcast. I meant to bring it up and ask you about it in the intermission, and did not remember to ask you until we were live. So I leaned into it, and it made for excellent content as always. I'll tell you the funny thing about it. Your wife is ornery at times. I know this. I didn't think she had that in her. That was a play. That was a power play. That's when you go to your boss's office and you put your feet up on his desk and make that eye contact. That is exactly what your wife did. I just did not know she had it in her.
Just arrived home. She's about to walk in, which is funny and coincidental. Interrupted her, but she didn't do this before she met me. That's what she said jokes, but she has perfected the art of that's what she said jokes. No one does them better. Real quick, I see.
Hey, let me jump in here. Wow, this is weird. Oh no, that's a different Caleb. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Anyway, Pipe Philosophy, I have 110 of the double pressed, the John Cotton's double pressed Burley. He's smoking it in his General Cobb. I haven't popped it yet. That's one on my list to do soon. Caleb Schmidt, excuse me. I just started pipe smoking, have one Rossi, and I got some Haunted Bookshop. My brother here, the Pipe Hunter, is the world's biggest Haunted Bookshop fan. You did great.
Look, Haunted Bookshop.
Right. Caleb, send me an email, Captain Burley Slice at gmail.com, and let's get another pipe and some more blends in your hand.
We got another.
I'm not joking. Send me an email, Captain Burley Slice at gmail.com. I'd love to get a pipe and additional pipe in your hands. Another Caleb
Matrish. I
don't want to say it wrong. Excuse me, sir, if I mispronounce it. Good evening, fellas. Recently found the both of you enjoying the content. Thank you very much. Montana Natural Shave Company. It's made in USA. Found on Amazon. I'm going to take a picture of that so I can look it up later. Pipe Philosophy says I can't get enough of this stuff, and I think it's out of production. I don't know if it's still available or not.
It is gone. If there's any online, get it while you can. If there is,
I have 110. 110. So, thank you, Leaf and Briar, for letting me know who makes that. I'm going to be looking that up. That sounds very interesting, and I might have to give that a whirl. Dr. Bob's Nightmare is in the chat. Everybody needs to harass, poke, prod Dr. Bob to make some videos. We're stacked like totem poles, he says. This is different. I don't know why Zoom did this. I could probably change it, but
didn't notice that. I see it now, though.
Yeah, I don't know. My wife's got something on the plate. Thank you, Dr. Bob's, for stopping by. Everybody tell Dr. Bob's Nightmare to make videos because he's wanting to. He's awesome. He speaks well, and he just hasn't yet. But his phone does have a camera on it. He joined us one time. I know it does.
We had a blast having him on there. And so Leaf and Briar says, sent this Tobacco Blossom. I wet shave old school with a safety razor, which I know Dakota's really into. And the whole thing is very old school, very soothing. Best shave ever. Dakota's super into old school safety razors. I'll let him speak on that.
I actually have my great grandfather's Gillette solid brass safety razor made in the 50s, and still use it occasionally. It's awesome. Right now, I think I'm wanting to get into straight razors, and the reason I hadn't for such a long time is I am a knife guy, and understanding the limited amount I do about edge geometry and keeping a knife as honed and sharp enough for shaving, I thought the task of keeping a safety razor sharp enough to shave, not safety razor, excuse me, a straight razor sharp enough to shave with reliably was a bit daunting until here recently I understood some parameters about that, and it is within my grasp, and maybe a safety razor is in my future.
And we both
straight razor. I did it again. Dag nabbit.
But we both love old school things. I think most pipe smokers do. It's one of the reasons why we're pipe smokers, I'm sure. Let's see.
See, there you go. Leaf and Briar says, "Hey, Doc." Real quick though, that's not the Doc. It's the Doc's nightmare. We learned this. I don't want to offend him. He's not Bob. He's not a doctor. He is the Bob Doctor's nightmare. But yes, please make some new content here on the YTPC. We would really love to see it, man.
So, Pipe Philosophy says he doesn't speak well, and it hasn't stopped me for YTPC. So, real quick, Pipe Philosophy is a great channel. He does great videos, and man, you speak very well. I wish I could speak as well as you do. I obviously cannot. He recently did a video when he went on a little adventure, going to some thrift stores and stuff, just trying to find pipe stuff, which I love to do. I haven't got to do in a while. I have a video planned that I'm actually going to do a VR to that video because it inspired me so much about a pipe I found one time, kind of like that K Woody that you had. I really want to do that, but great video. And we got to talking about that video. And one thing I'd love to get one day is a vintage Missouri Meerschaum that has the diamond shank. Have you seen those? The really chunky diamond shank ones?
Well, I've never seen one in person.
Right, but like
I know what you're talking about. That'd be so cool.
Oh yeah, and he got a old K Woody billiard, looked fantastic, and he said he was going to polish it up, and he did, man. He had that thing sparkling, and I wish I knew how to clean a pipe that well to make it look that good because the stem looks new.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's persistent though. He's the kind of guy. I think he sits down and gets determined.
Yeah, Leaf and Briar says he stumbles a lot. You just got to keep going and hit upload. I try not to overthink it. Run and gun. That's it.
That happened in the recording of the podcast this evening. And I had to throw it in there that we are normal people with normal lives that's going on around us. We have kids and all this stuff going on. We are enthusiastic as anyone. Production quality, we're busy. We are very busy. So if that's a problem, we might not be your cup of tea. But what I can say is our love for the Leaf and enthusiasm for pipe smoking is as great as anyone else out there. Hopefully that shines through. But, buddy, do we stumble and do we make hiccups and all the normal problems?
But Leaf and Briar said it. Try not to overthink it. Enjoy it, love it, do it, and do it well. Take it seriously, I guess. But don't overthink it, though. That's the main thing. I'm so guilty of overthinking anything that I have ruined so much, and I've had to make myself not overthink things and just go for it. And like Dakota said, the podcast, we make mistakes on it, but we've had a great time. The podcast has led to the after party, and if I was wanting it to be perfect, and you know what I mean, if I did my natural tendency and overthought it, we wouldn't have the podcast, we wouldn't have the after party, we wouldn't be here. So,
Blood Logos in the chat. Pipe Philosophy says he's about to get a jewelry buffer. He's now about to get serious. You know what I'm saying? What you were talking about a while ago, Hunter, that was amateur hour. Pipe Philosophy is about to get serious.
Well, I've got a whole box of pipes I'm going to send to you that you can practice on and clean them up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The work speaks for itself. I don't care if you used a Kleenex and whatever else. You do great.
Hey, results is results, no matter how you get there. You know what I mean?
Hey, Blood Logos did a awesome live today. Hopefully some of you guys here in the chat got to see that. He's got a vibe to his lives and how he does it. Very exciting. I always love seeing it.
Blood Logos or Logos or however you say your name. I can never get it right. Anyways, I did not get to check out the live. I'm sorry, but I would love to check out another one next time you have one from the sound of it.
Hey, Panhandle Piper 85 is in the chat. Hey, all. Hey, Panhandle. Glad you made it, man. Hope you're doing well. Another channel. Hope everybody checks out additionally. Yeah, Pipe Philosophy says it's just enjoyable, really. He likes working on pipes.
A lot of people find it very therapeutic.
Yeah, it's, the thing is anytime, even if you have a factory pipe made in your hands, a natural product, all kinds of variables that have to be like accounted for when it's made. It's got a lot of age on it. Maybe it was well loved, and bringing something that's back to life, back to like a presentable shape when it wasn't previously. There's something rewarding in that.
I think so. It's funny. He's trying to clean these pipes up, and I'm sitting here trying to dirty this one up. But I'm fighting OCD, and this is the pipe I'm doing it with.
Hunter's come a long ways. He's got a pipe he's willing to let the rim get some lava on. I'm so proud of him.
Some lava.
I don't have any of my other pipes in here. Since I've fixed this Saint Nick up, I'm kind of he was kind of angry. We need more anger in the YTPC at times. It's directed anger though. It's correct. Actually, I'm not going to get into it now, Blood Logos, but me and Hunter in the intermission between the recording and this live, we're talking about the same topics that you were bringing up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. Back to life, back to reality. Leaf and Briar just hit the nail on the head.
That's it. Yeah, it's a good blend. Really, if you all enjoy Burley, this is a great blend of.
I agree. What's everyone smoking? What is everyone smoking tonight? This 7LE Jupiter is a very stout, but kind of simple Burley that I really enjoy.
Yeah, pipe philosophy, that's one thing I'm terrible at, is removing oxidation from stem. I managed to do it with one pipe, this one, and I took a magic eraser and just I think just water, and I just scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and I got it pretty well okay. But man, it was a lot of work. I'd love to find a more efficient way of doing it, because I've got some like nice Petersons that are oxidizing. They're not brown yet by any means, but they're no longer like black and shiny. They're kind of very dull and almost grayish looking. And man, they deserve better love and attention than that.
So Leaf and Briar says he did an entire video and had to cut it off short and go back home and try over again. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says spit and elbow grease gets the lava cleaned up. I like it. Blood Logo says been meaning to try that one.
I'm letting the lava build up on this one, and the rim's getting so much darker, but I don't really have any lava built up. But I haven't cleaned the rim one time.
It's been months too, and I know how much you smoked that pipe, so quite significant.
Since I let this one, the rim build up, I've probably smoked it close to 100 times.
Oh, I'd say, yeah. Easy.
You know what I mean? This gets smoked at least 5 times a week, and that was several months ago. So definitely smoked at least 100 times. Really, it's just darker.
Blood Logo says, get some obsidian oil. It keeps it shiny and prevents oxidation. I did buy some obsidian oil because it happened to be in stock one day while I was ordering something. But they say, I don't know who they are, I read it somewhere, that coconut oil does quite well for that. So maybe that's a cheap alternative to keep in mind. I have no idea the effectiveness of it. If it's true, but I did read that, so maybe an affordable alternative that's available at your local grocery store.
So I use obsidian oil now, but a lot of them still need cleaned up from before I used obsidian oil. And Pipe Philosophy mentioned the other method that I've heard a lot of people speak about, the second most used oil that I've heard of, and that would be mineral oil.
Is that like baby oil? Maybe that's what Diddy was doing when they raided him and they got all that baby oil. Maybe he was like preventing oxidation.
Well, he's a pipe smoker, you know what I mean? And he only vulcanite, so.
Yeah. Olive oil works too. Olive oil, though, dries out eventually. Maybe not if you wipe it down, but it can get tacky. I know that. Olive oil is a decent alternative for external use on firearms to produce rust in a pinch if you had to, but it oxidizes the oil itself and dries out and can get a bit tacky.
I've seen people, I don't think on vulcanite on the stem, but on the briar, the bowl itself and the stem, the shank, I should say, using Murphy's oil for the briar.
I don't know. I'd be more likely to use beef tallow than Murphy's oil myself.
There we go.
Beeswax and mineral oil. Yeah. I kind of like the natural type of oils myself.
But I think one of the main components, if I remember right, of the Obsidian oil is mineral.
I'm sure. Probably with some additives, right?
What I need to do next time I'm in the liquor store is pick up a bottle of Everclear to clean the pipes, dip a stem in and get the inside. I've never really had one that I felt like I needed to do that, though. I've gotten estate pipes where I've had to use, rubbing alcohol to try to clean the inside, but all the pipes I've gotten clean that I received that were already smokable, let me say it like that, as much as I smoke them, I've never had one get to the point that I felt like it was turning sour or needed like an alcohol treatment or anything. I've had to ring bowls, clean rims, clean vulcanite. But as far as the inside, I've never had one that I felt like went bad.
Dr. Bob Nightmare says he uses the oil off of his nose. Just don't think about it when you buy a state pipe. Tell you what's funny about that. I knew a master electrician once, and we were doing some work on my house, and he's like, let me show you a trade secret. And he rubs his finger on the side of his nose, puts it on the thread of a light bulb. Is like perfect every time, and I'll never forget that. He's gone now.
I have done that trick on the if I just the piece that my lips actually touch right here, both sides, get a little bit of the nose oil, rub it on there. Not this pipe because it's acrylic, but hey, it seems to work though to prevent oxidation. So I'll use Obsidian oil and get the whole stem. And after each use, I'll use the nose oil, to be honest. And then maybe every few weeks, put some more Obsidian oil on the whole stem. But just to keep up with it, it works.
So Blood Loco says Murphy's is good if it needs a deep clean on the outside of the pipe. Carrie's in the chat. She says, wouldn't Murphy's leave a citrusy smell? You're using so little when it's on the outside. It may or may not, but I try to stay away from the harsh industrial chemicals on a pipe. You know what I mean? If you want to, please, by all means, go ahead. I know lots of them were made in the production of these pipes. Hence why when they're inside your chamber, you get noxious flavors and stuff. Like I had the experience with this pipe. But yeah, I just try to keep it simple. I'm not too worried about cleaning products and stuff myself.
I know that you saw it, but Carrie had a great video of she was smoking Perry Jensen's King's Watch.
Leaf and Briar says, what's everyone drinking? He has Old Forester 100 proof and Dr. Pepper. Pipe tonight is a custom cob and Dark Holler 2025. Celebrate my 3 hours of perseverance to gain the 2026. I love Old Forester. Is it the 1920 or 1915 in the Prohibition series? It's 115 proof. Which one was that, love? Do you remember? Either 1915 or 1920 in the Prohibition series of the Old Forester line is just marvelous. It drinks neat like a 3-course meal. It is deep and rich and oily. It is tremendous. Panhandle's having some Evan Williams Black Label, neat, and Fires on the Levee, of course, and is Devil Cuddy. Those Devil Cuddies, I know they got popular a few years back. It is eventually going to be on my list. I will get one at some point.
And I've got Widow Jane Decadence, a nice bourbon that was aged in syrup barrels, if I remember correctly. And of course, I've mentioned it just because we're talking about it. I've got the After Party Savinelli 673, aka #1, and Savinelli Jupiter. What's left of it, at least. There's not a whole lot left in this. I've smoked quick.
Guys, this Savinelli Jupiter is a beautiful burly flake with a lot of oomph to it. It packs a punch. Really enjoying it. Smoked it on the podcast recording this evening, and we're smoking it now. I really love it. Unfortunately, right now, I just have a Budweiser. It looks like I need to pour me a pour of bourbon. I'm going to have to catch up.
Why are you drinking that water, man?
Yeah, he's staying hydrated with a haunted bookshop. Carrie says Tyler is smoking Capstan Blue in a Catholic pipe company, Skull Briar, and I have the 311 KS with Brothers in Arms. So, if I'm not mistaken, the Catholic Pipe Companies who made that dragon pipe that he either has or was Tyler has or was wanting to get. Yeah, Carrie showed that. I think it was live because she was showing stuff off, and I asked her. But the Catholic Pipe Company makes decorative carved pipes, and either she was showing one he was wanting to get, or he did have of a dragon that was like phenomenal.
Watch that, or if I remember us talking about it on the after party, maybe. But now I know what you're talking about. The 311 KS Brothers in Arms. What a combination! You cannot go wrong with a 311 stuffed with Brothers in Arms. I know we mentioned it, but Dr. Bob's is smoking my favorite, the Haunted Bookshop. Great choice, great selection.
Leaf and Briar says that he tried Haunted Bookshop several times. It's not for him, but he wants to like it. You know what? Carrie was in the same boat. So the lovely Miss Carrie here in chat was in that exact same camp, and I believe it grew on her a little bit. So possibly try it in a smaller pipe, pack it looser, try it with coffee in the mornings, try different settings, Leaf and Briar, if you still have it on hand. Haunted Bookshop is not my favorite blend. I can take it or leave it. I don't dislike it. It just doesn't blow my skirt up. Hunter, on the other hand, is crazy about it. So if you still have some on hand, maybe don't give up on it quite yet.
But also, if it ends up not being the blend for you, that's okay. That's, not everyone will like every blend. And Haunted Bookshop is definitely one that people they're either in or they're out, and some are on the fence about. But there's a lot of people who go either way with it. Those that love it, love it. Those that don't. But if you're on the fence about Haunted Bookshop and you haven't tried it, give Old Joe Krantz a try. Like Dakota really prefers the Old Joe Krantz. Not that he doesn't like Haunted Bookshop, but Old Joe Krantz uses the exact same varietals as Haunted Bookshop, just in different proportions. So it's the older brother kind of beefed up version. And, it sounds like it'll be rougher, but it's not really. But it
is punchier.
It is punchier.
It burns a bit slower. It's a bit punchier in presentation, and for me, I gravitate towards it. I do like both, though. Carrie said that Tyler, where's it at? Tyler has the dragon and wants the red dragon, so we'll keep that in mind. The League of the Keepers of the Briars on. What is going on, man? Panhandle recommends trying the Haunted Bookshop cake. I know Hunter has opinions on that.
Haunted Bookshop, you don't like the rough edges. You might love the cake. I kind of like that about Haunted Bookshop. I enjoy the cake. I prefer the loose leaf version of it myself, but both are great. If you're on the fence and kind of like Haunted Bookshop, you might really like the cake. And also,
in addition to the Old Joe Krantz, Big and Burley is a great punchy option as well. Very, very bold, strong, bulk Burley blend, also available from Cordell and Dill, that is the same varietals in different percentages. I think I'm going to pour me a drink, Hunter. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Speaking of Cordell and Dill Burley, whether Haunted Bookshop is not strong enough or too strong for you, or you just don't like it, another Burley blend that Cordell and Dill produces that is a lot different than Haunted Bookshop and Old Joe Krantz that everyone should try, especially if you are a Burley smoker, is Cordell and Dill's Pegasus. I'm sure there's a lot of people here in the chat box that have had Pegasus that really enjoy it, but it's a phenomenal Burley blend. I'm not sure if maybe you're new to Burley or new to Cordell and Dill. They do Burley in a very specific way. That's what they're famous for. But definitely give Pegasus a try. It's a phenomenal blend. Let me see what we got here. Pipe Philosophy, great recommendation here. He says if you don't like Haunted Bookshop, also try Briar Fox. It's close, but no Perique. So yeah, that's a great recommendation. That's only available in 10. Keep that in mind if you're someone that exclusively buys in bulk. But Briar Fox is a Weber. It's Virginia and Burley. I think it has more Virginia in it than Haunted Bookshop would. But it's in cake format, which is a lot of fun to play with. You just pinch off what you want, crumble it, you have your ribbon cut. But Briar Fox is an excellent recommendation. And if you're into aging and cellaring, I find that it ages extremely well. I've had some with, 6 or 7 years on it, and I found it to be phenomenal. And so Leaf and Briar did not like the dry mouth feeling it gave me. Could be the moisture level, could be just the blend itself. So give some of these others a try. Definitely start with the Pegasus, though. It's cheap, bulk, and if you want a little bit more Virginia, the Briar Fox is a great way to go as well. I Dig Sheet, what's up? There he is. Welcome to the chat. And Carrie says maybe have tea or coffee with honey in it, or tea or coffee with honey in it. That's great too. Pretty much any time that I'm smoking a pipe, I'm making sure to stay hydrated because I do have the natural tendency to get tongue bite. Even though I've been smoking for a long time, my mouth does dry out on almost any blend. And, hydration will keep the tongue bite down and it'll kind of slow down that cotton mouth dry feeling. So that's a great recommendation. And I always drink or smoke with black coffee. I drink coffee like 90% of the day. I hardly ever drink water. To be honest, I'm a coffee addict. So Dr. Bob's Nightmare says that he started off liking the Haunted Bookshop cake better, but the bulk prices on the loose Haunted Bookshop got me liking the loose better. Yeah. Let me see. I haven't priced 2 ounces of Haunted Bookshop in a while because I buy it by the pound. It's like $55 a pound, which is 16 ounces, whereas 2 ounces of the cake is probably close to $15. So you can do the math there. But if you really like Haunted Bookshop, I would still highly recommend giving the cake a try. I did enjoy it. I thought it was good, and I think it was worth doing. I like how it changed the flavor profile. It's just out of the two, I prefer the loose tobacco, the bulk version, better. And Dr. Bob's Nightmare also says that if they sold 1 pound blocks of Haunted Bookshop cake, he'd buy that. I'd buy some of that too. And I don't know why they do that. They sell that with like Night Train and, of course, the Real Heavy Latakia blend, Pirate Cake, and the 1 pound blocks. They should do that with Haunted Bookshop cake. I don't know why they don't. That's a great idea that I've never thought of. Panhandle Piper says that Pegasus kicked his ass, didn't like it, but may need to return it in the future for some palate tuning. I think it's worth coming back to and trying out.
I agree. And Mr. Cameron Smoky Stash is in the chat. Hello, sir.
Cameron. We had Cameron on, was it last week's episode or the week before?
Guess it would have been last week, right?
Yeah, it would have been. Christmas
we did the New Year's live, so it kind of threw us off a little bit there with how many we've been doing. I Dig Sheet is in the chat. He says strongest hit I ever got was one from Five Brothers. Five Brothers is well known for its nicotine content.
That would be the one. Yeah, and Cameron confirms that Five Brothers definitely packs a punch. I like it though. It's not something I can smoke every day, but I keep some around. I have some here now, and it's a time and place kind of thing. And like old school codger, if you didn't like the top stuff, if you didn't like the low nicotine blends, Five Brothers, there's no topping on that, and it definitely has the strength.
We have Albert in the chat. Good to see you again, man. He says he buys Haunted Bookshop in bulk and presses it for a week or so to make his own cake. So that's very cool.
That is awesome. Albert, are you using a noodle press for that? I know a lot of people are using the noodle press to make their homemade cakes and plugs. I've never done it myself, but I have sampled blends that were turned into plugs using the noodle press, and I thought it had fabulous results. Yes, I said fabulous. Your input on that, what you used. Pipe Philosophy says Five Brothers. That's one that he wants to try. It's stout, dark,
it's very basic too. It's shag cut, very strong, burly, in your face. People's rolled cigarettes with it. You can smoke on a pipe. I've heard back in the day people chewed it. It's a great additive to add a little oomph to something that's missing the nicotine. If you smoke it straight by itself, it's a little one-dimensional and a whole lot of bold. I definitely recommend you try it because it's just for the ass kickery right? But not everyone's cup of tea, especially by itself. Everyone should have some in their cellar on hand, at least for an additive, or for when your drunk uncle says he wants to smoke a pipe. That's what you load him up for the lulls.
And I will say with the Five Brothers, where it's very dry and a shack cut, it burns very quick. So be cautious. I +1 on the recommendation to use it to add to other blends. Something like Prince Albert, you can give it a little kick. That's great. You can mix it half and half with Lane 1Q and get a very interesting blend. And mix it with Daughters and Ryan's Three Sales, which is a Virginia shack cut, and you can figure out the proportions that you like. But that makes a great blend too. So the 1Q and the Three Sales is great blends to mix Five Brothers with, and just play around with it so you get the proportions where you want it. But definitely works as a good blender. Yeah, and like Prince Albert, Carter Hall, any of the old school codger blends goes great with mixing with those.
So check this out. Cameron said he just pressed some Golden Burley, Virginia, and Rustica that I grew the other day. Going to give it a few more days and bust it out.
Hold on, wait. We've talked to you how much?
What?
Let us know you grew some tobacco.
So I'm guessing he air cured it. That's the easiest method. I want to know all the details. Everybody, in addition to pushing Dr. Bob's Nightmares into making videos, everyone tell Smokey Stash here, Cameron Lancaster, to make some videos. Document this. We all want to know. And if he doesn't, go ahead and check him out on Instagram, Smokey Stash. Best pipe photography in the game.
Period. No question about it.
Albert says he does most of his pressing in the summer in his garage at 100+ degrees.
Wow.
That'll help. That's a little help there.
Carrie said, "Whoop me" the first time she had it. I assume she means the Five Brothers.
Five Brothers, I'm sure, yeah.
I made it whoop me too, and I like stout blends, but I made the mistake of, because it was an old, like, it's not really a codger style blend, but was available in the codger time.
Right.
I thought it was going to be like an untopped, uncased, just natural Prince Albert style blend, and I could not have been more wrong.
It's almost like a raw component, right? It's like a really strong shag cut burley, and that's just kind of it. But it's great to have on hand. And if you've never tried it, please do. On a full stomach, if you're nicotine sensitive, all of this stuff, be forewarned. It is stout, but it's a great component, is how I look at it, to have on hand.
I think it's straight dark burley. There might be some white burley in it, but I think it's just shag cut, uncased, untopped, natural dark burley. I think. We'll see.
Yeah, Pipe Flossie's talking about Duran's Rest. I remember him. His Discord is still active, believe it or not, which is crazy. In a cool way.
I don't think I remember that. I think I missed the boat on that one, sadly. That sounds very interesting.
Carrie says, Albert, that is almost heat pressed. It is. 100+ degrees is not as heat pressed as something like European heat press, but it is certainly adding to the equation. There's no doubt about it. Early Morning Pipe, great name, by the way. Cornell & Dill's Dark Burley is a great bulk option for giving blends a punch. I add it to aromatics. Early Morning Pipe, 27. Like I said, love the name. Thanks for the advice. That checks out. That makes complete sense.
Let me see. Albert says really gets the juices flowing. Melod's really nice. Pipe Philosophy said really cool, and he has a great channel. That is awesome. I got to figure out what I'm going to smoke next. I was going to smoke the 1792 flake.
I think I'm going to go grab some of the HU Nashville County next, maybe. I'm not sure yet either.
I think I'm going with Five Brothers. All this Five Brothers talk. And I need a...
Okay. I don't know if I have any right now. I was like, everybody keep it on hand, and I'm like, I don't know if I have any.
I have a pouch. It's in one of these bags right here. It won't take too long to find it. So once I'm finished with this Jupiter, that's what I'll be grabbing.
This Jupiter packs a punch as well. It's obviously not like Five Brothers, but it is. It's no slacker.
Do you think that in the podcast we talked about Brothers in Arms that it was, a little bit more intricate. But do you think Brothers in Arms packed a bigger nicotine punch than this?
Probably. Nicotine, maybe about the same.
Okay.
Cameron will be back.
We'll catch you when you get back. No problem there. Understand. Let me see. This pipe might be about done.
Yeah, this is a good burley blend. It's not really complicated. I like it. It's satisfying. The price is decent. It's a 2-ounce tin, so there is, quarter an ounce more there. It's good.
For me, usually I don't like my blends topped. I do enjoy a rum topping from time to time, especially if there's no Black Cavendish involved, because I just don't get along with Black Cavendish. But I've smoked a lot of, Navy Flakes, Virginia blends that have the rum topping, and so I've kind of learned to really enjoy that. I think that's one top note that really goes well with most pipe tobaccos, and this one's really good. I like the top note. It's subtly added. It doesn't mute or cover up the tobacco flavor at all, and it does slowly die off. So by the time you're at the halfway point, it's not really super noticeable.
Yeah, it mellows out, kind of flashes off.
So it's my kind of, I can't say aromatic because it's not aromatic at all, but this is my kind of top note where it's just subtly applied. It goes well with the tobaccos, flashes off after a little while. It's just a little something to enjoy kind of in the beginning, but it also gives it a great tin note. I know we don't buy tobacco based on the tin note. If that was true, I would never smoke Pirate Cake.
Right.
But I do enjoy the tin note of this, and before loading the bowl, smelling the tin aroma. I do that with every tobacco that I smoke, even Haunted Bookshop. I've smoked it a million times. Every time I go to smoke it, before I load that bowl, I just love the natural aroma of the tobacco.
There's a couple blends that the tin note isn't like super like impressive in some kind of like nuanced different way, but you're just like rich tobacco natural that is just like so satisfying. I like that.
Sometimes you'll get a blend, and even a blend that's untopped that has a smell to it, tin aroma that smokes completely different. I've gotten these Virginia Flakes that are very citrusy smelling and bright, and then you go to smoke it, you don't really get any citrusy. It's kind of bready, maybe a little fruity on the deep side. And then on the other side also, you have something like plum pudding bourbon barrel aged. When you first open the tin, it is like walking into a brewery. I mean, it is a boozy smell to that blend. Then you go to smoke it, there wasn't really a whole lot of bourbon there, to be honest. Based on the smell, you would think it would just be just too much to handle the bourbon tastes, and it wasn't that case at all. The bourbon did not come through nearly as much in the flavor profile as it did the tin aroma.
It really depends how you apply it as well. Some people do certain things like put it in proximity within an enclosed environment to get the essence of it. Some people just straight top it. So all of these, oh, my computer did it again. It did not do it the entire time of recording, and it just did it. That's interesting.
Well, everything looks okay on my end.
It's not that. It's just an alert. It's a device disconnect alert. And I must be having intermittent connection issues with one of the multitude of USB ports.
Okay, good to continue with the after party here, though. Nothing that's going to disrupt.
No. It's just a ding. It's just a ding you hear. I didn't want in the recording earlier, and I thought I had fixed it. There was a loose connection on one side of the microphone stuff, and I was like, well, that was it, because I played around and didn't hear it no more.
All right, give me 1 second, Dakota. I am going to grab some Five Brothers real quick.
All right. Guys, got a new book in the mail. I know there's several people in here right now that are readers. This is written by a pipe smoker. This is Veritas Entertainment, the publishing house that prints Get Pipes books. I believe they print Timber and Smoke magazine. I could be wrong about that. But Fire in the Tall Grass, a Noah Redford adventure. This is L.S. Guzdich. I might be saying that wrong. If I am, yes, I apologize. I get everything wrong. But look this up for a men's adventure read. It's awesome, set in the 20s, so kind of puts you in the mind of something like Indiana Jones or something like that. A couple chapters in, really good so far, and it's always cool to support your fellow pipe smokers that's doing creative outlets and stuff, and independent authors and stuff like that. Anyway, if you're interested, need all the support they can get. So certainly something to look into there if that sort of thing interests you. Certainly. My pipe's about cash as well. I don't know what I'm going to smoke next. I'm either going to light up a cigar or I'm going to go get the HU Nashville County. I haven't made my mind up yet, but one of the two is going to happen here shortly. Guys, I am smoking out of the 2025 St. Nick Edition Savinelli 311 KS that my beautiful wife purchased me, and it is good to go now. I can happily say.
Well,
did you find it?
I'm thinking maybe I put it in a Mylar bag. I'm going to go through these bags real quick. And if not, then I'm going to smoke some 1792 flake. If I can find it. I have it. I know for sure.
Okay. Well, real quick, everybody, look in the chat. Coffee and Leaf is a new presenter that just came to my attention today, actually. He's been producing, making videos for about 10 months, if I remember that correctly. He is a book guy. He likes coffee, and obviously he smokes a pipe. He did a video today. Everyone, go check out Coffee and Leaf. He's a channel that he's not new, but he's new to me, and I would love to send him some traffic. Sergeant Rocco is in the chat. My crazy Jewish, Russian, Soviet friend, however he self-identifies. One of the most interesting people in the world. Sergeant Rocco, how are you, sir?
It has been a
Greetings.
long time.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. So glad you're in here, brother.
It has been a long time since we've seen Rocco, it seems. Great to have you, brother.
Yeah, I need some stories. Blood Logos been subbed to him for months, so he is on the ball. You will get some fruitcake just late. I want some fruitcake, man. I see what you're making. I've never been so excited about fruitcake in all my existence.
Look,
Happy New Year, man. Love Sergeant Rocco.
Did not find the Five Brothers, but I decided not to go with the 1792 flake. I'm kind of in a Latakia mood. I haven't had a Latakia in a week.
Okay.
So I saw this, haven't smoked it in a while, so I'm going with Pesse Canoe Latakia Flake 20.
The 20, that's the one we all loved. It's got a unique mouthfeel, fantastic smoke output. That was, I think it was a banger, man.
I thought it was going to be bigger than what it was. 40 was good, not nearly as good as 20. I still don't think I've tried the Oriental Flake yet, but I really enjoyed Latakia Flake 20.
Harry says last time she made fruitcake, it was a dumpster fire. Well, keep in mind that Sergeant Rocco is a complete foodie. This guy is a true believer, and he has some cultural influences from his own heritage and some places he was stationed at while he served in the military. So Sergeant Rocco has some like really cool stuff to incorporate into what he does. It can be dehydrated and dried stuff to preserve. Traditionally, you do this to preserve stuff through the winter. He does fermented stuff. He also bakes some incredible looking bread. In addition, he makes some of his own Korean. Oh, how do you say it? Remember the plums?
Is that the beverage?
No, this was the Asian. It was like a sauce he made. It was sugared plums that fermented, and then he reduced down to a sauce or something. He'll have to fill us in, but all kinds of cool stuff.
Okay, gotcha. What was I gonna say?
Hey, Pipe Philosophy subbed to Coffee and Leaf. Pipe Philosophy, thank you. and you won't regret it. He's got a great channel going on over there, and I want to put a little spotlight on him because I really think he's doing something awesome. Blood Logo says Five Brothers sounds good. I might crack open a pouch.
I would if I could find it.
Carrie says last time Tyler made fruitcake, it was great. It was a mead. Panhandle Piper says Coffee and Leaf. I subbed today. Good to have you in the YTPC. Kimchi. And
right?
No, it wasn't the kimchi. It was that second one he's saying there. Umboshi. The plums are umboshi. They are good. I'll send you some. Panhandle Piper says, I've made gingerbread, but have not dared to try fruitcake. What's the name? At Coffee and Leaf. Let me bring it up and I'll show you guys in the camera there. It shows up here as Coffee and Leaf, but actually the easy thing, Sergeant Rocco, is I made a video today where I put his name in the title and the description, so that'll be a hot link. That's the easiest way probably for anybody currently in the chat to find Coffee and Leaf's channel. The last video I made talking about Coffee and Leaf, there's a hot link there in the title and the description to make it easy. That'd be the simplest way for you to find him.
So everyone, go subscribe.
Awesome. All right, guys, I will be right back. I'm going to grab my 10 of HU Nashville County. Carrie recommended that, so I'm going to go for it. Also, Carrie, if you've not tried that, it is an excellent value and a fantastic blend. It is what keeps me from always opening a new tin of Wessex Burley Slice, because when I open a tin of Wessex and I have some on hand, I will smoke it till it's gone. So I need to find something a little bit more cost-effective to put in between those openings to hold me over, and it does a great job. It's not a pure burley like Wessex Burley Slice, but it is in the same vein, and 100-gram tins are available for $20 a piece, so more affordable. I will be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab that.
Good. And so, again, I'm switching it up to the Pesce Canoe Latakia Flake 20. Been a few months since I had this one, but I really enjoyed this one. Has anyone else here had any of the Pesce Canoe blends? If you have, what did you think? Good or bad? I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on them, but very unique, interesting blend, very plummy. I believe there's a top note added to it, but I like this one. All right, we got here. Dakota may have just mentioned it, but Rocco says that he cannot wait to share the photo of the pipe and tobacco holder with us. That sounds awesome. And Rocco has successfully subscribed. That's great. Coffee and Leaf. All right.
All right, guys. I have the HU Nashville County, and I want to show what this blend looks like. The tin note is kind of like a light Wessex Burley Slice. It's very, no, but it has Virginia in it, but then it has these dark burley flake pieces that has that beautiful cocoa aroma and flavor that the Wessex Burley Slice has in it as well. Highly would recommend this. This is something I'm going to keep around indefinitely. Just ordered some from Nova here recently. It is phenomenal.
And really anything by HU so far has been absolutely phenomenal.
Juxtaposer Executioner, what a cool name. Put at Coffee, Word, and Leaf. That's right. That's the full name. At Coffee, Word, and Leaf. Juxtaposer Executioner. What a name, dude. That is so cool. Nice little play on words there. Thank you for helping me out there. And awesome name. Really cool name. Thanks for stopping by and helping out.
When I spoke it a second ago, I said Coffee and Leaf. Coffee, Word, and Leaf. That's my fault.
No, the way it shows up here is coffee and leaf, but the full name, like when you click on it, if that makes sense, is coffee, word, and leaf.
So Carrie had one of the Passe canoes. She said it was decent. I really enjoyed the 20.
40 wasn't as good.
And
the Oriental's hit and miss. Some people really like that Oriental. I don't know.
That one has a mold problem. A lot of those tins of the Oriental ended up moldy.
Yeah. The 20 though I did like. The mouthfeel was unique and coating, long finish, lots of smoke output. I like the 20.
Carrie, didn't you do a video on the one that you smoked? It's been a little while, I think, but I'm pretty sure I watched that if I remember correctly. Might have to go revisit that one and see your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't had an English blend or any Latakia in probably earlier this week, last week. Maybe it was last week I finished off the From Beyond.
And that one's unique because it's not just a Latakia blend. It's a Turkish Latakia blend that is completely made in Turkey. So it's got a little nuance to it as far as where it's produced, and maybe it has a little bit different techniques incorporated into its production. At least for me, it was unique enough that that's where my mind's eye went.
So there's a lot of Oriental in this blend, which a lot, not all, but a lot of Oriental is made in Turkey. The Latakia here is made in Turkey, so there's been a few blends with Turkish Latakia this year, but the Turkish Latakia in the Passe canoes is very different than the new varietal of Turkish Latakia that Cornell and Deal has sourced and been using in their blends. And Briarworks, I think that's another one that Cornell produces.
Like Smokehouse.
Okay. I think that's actually produced by Cornell and Deal. But the Virginia in this, of course, I mean, all the varietals are made in Turkey. So the Virginia is from Turkey as well, which is very, very interesting.
We use my Sow Dog Tamper here.
A lot of pipe blends use African Virginia as well. That's actually fairly common. But Turkish Virginia, this is a first for me that I know of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Samuel Goff uses a fair amount of the African and Indian Virginia varieties. It's really cool. Obviously, when you grow these genetics in different climates, the mineral content of the soil is so different. It bioaccumulates and produces different nuances in presentation and flavor.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan.
So Kiri asked the question of all questions.
Boys, this is one we discussed. Was that on the podcast?
I believe it was on the podcast.
Yeah, we actually just had this discussion. Hunter, run with this. This is awesome.
Smokehouse is very dark-fired Kentucky forward, but there's different types of dark-fired Kentucky. So one that I know Carrie smoked, well, I think she's smoking it now, would be Brothers in Arms, which is very Kentucky forward. The Kentucky and Smokehouse is a lot different than the Kentucky and Brothers in Arms. It is more along the lines of, let's say, old dark-fired, or maybe even a more stout blend, Peterson Irish Flake. It's this very barbecuey, semi-sweet Kentucky. It has a lot of floral notes from the Kentucky and from the Oriental. So it is a Kentucky blend, but it's really, really good. Smokehouse is a phenomenal, exceptional blend. It has some Turkish Latakia in it. Again, this is sourced by Cornell and Deal, not Passe Canoe, so it's two very completely different flavors. But it's not really an English blend. In this instance, the Latakia is used just as a condiment to just give it a little flavor. This is not a Latakia forward blend by any means, just a little pepper on top per se. But I think it's a great blend that I recommend everyone try out. If you like old dark fire, this is not a replacement, but it's definitely in the ballpark. Give that a try.
Thank you, Hunter. Cody Homestead just joined the chat. He says, "What's up, guys? Can't stay for the stream. I'm at work tonight. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Happy piping." Cody, so good to see you, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully the rest of your work night goes well. Really good to see you in there, like I said, and hopefully after work, maybe you're able to enjoy a pipe. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says Smokehouse is sold as a Virginia, but it's a very smoky. I like it. It's good. So, Carrie, for the Smokehouse, Briarworks Smokehouse, for me, I have a lot of opinions on it. And it's an exciting blend. It hits different than a lot of blends that are so similar. It does something a little different, though. I don't know to what extent that the name imparts some kind of psychosomatic effect on me and my perception.
I know where you're going. Yep.
But Smokehouse has a very nuanced, barbecue-y, actual smoked meat, usami, fatty meat quality to it that is nuanced, rich, and extremely satisfying. It's by no means something that would be an all-day blend for me, although I have pressed it into service into that role. But if you haven't had it, definitely try it at least once. It's an extremely flavorful, nuanced blend. I really enjoy it, and I think everybody, if that sounds interesting to you, should at least give it a go.
And I have to say something else about Smokehouse. It's a blend that fits all seasons of the year. If you're someone that likes certain blends at certain times of the season, this has a quality that will fit all seasons. So you have the Dark Fire Kentucky, you have a little bit of Latakia, definitely good for the wintertime. If you like English blends, again, this isn't a lot of Latakia, it's just kind of minimally used, but this is definitely a great blend to smoke in the wintertime. You come into spring, the flowers are just starting to bloom, you have the floral in the air. This has a very floral essence with both the very fragrant Oriental that's used, but also the floral quality that the Kentucky has to it. You go into the summertime, and then it's barbecue season, and this tastes, like Dakota said, kind of like smoked meat. And I know that sounds odd, but it's a really delicious flavor in a pipe tobacco. You move into fall, you have the burley aspect of it. With it being dark fired, there might actually be some burley in it. I would have to check. But this blend fits all seasons if you're someone that really thinks about that with pipe blends. I do a little bit, so it fits all times of the year.
So Panhandle says first time smoking it, but the Dark Fire cured and Fires on the Levee seems to be pretty balanced. I think I missed the boat on that. Everybody loves it. I was trying to get away from getting all these small batches, and Christmas was coming. I just passed on it. Obviously, I think I missed the boat, right? But these things happen. Carrie says, I like the Irish cask. Adding it to the trial list. Thanks for answering my question. And she says, Fires on the Levee is lovely. Yeah, to be honest, I think I missed out not purchasing that one. Everybody seems to be loving it. It's being very well received.
I also missed out on it. So many small batches this year that I almost exclusively smoked small batches, and I just wanted to give it a rest. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think I missed the boat on that one. And so she says that she likes the Irish cask, which I believe is a Peterson blend. Have not tried that one yet. Had the Irish flake, which I enjoyed, but not the Irish cask.
Yeah, that Irish flake, it's something else. Guys, 209 Piper, Johnny sent us that Irish flake to try. Hunter had some cellared, but he hadn't dipped into it. And Johnny sent us some stuff to try. That was one of them. Fresh 10. I popped it to split it with Hunter, and I didn't know what it was supposed to be. I'd heard of it. I never looked into it. I know about the Irish whiskey. I've tried that before. So the Irish flake, I didn't know if it was topped. And I smelled the tin when I first popped it, and it was like overwhelming. I said, what is this? And I think it was the high dark fired content, and it hadn't been exposed to air. So it was just sitting in there really melting, and it was overwhelming. But like a day after I popped it, when I got around to my sample of it and some air had been in there lingering, I gave it another smell, the tin note, and it was more understandable. Smoked it, lovely blend, very nice, very nice. Cameron says, I'll send you all some in a couple years when I open mine. Haha. The Fire on the Levee, I guess he's talking about. Yeah, I can't wait. Leaf and Briar says, shoot him an email and I got a 10 for you. Man, I couldn't. Listen, guys, the generosity that's been bestowed upon me is far more than I can ever repay, although I am trying my darndest. Leaf and Briar, man, I could not. We have had so much sent to us. We are blessed just to a level that is impossible to pay back as it is. And I'm not even kidding. As bad as I want to try that blend, I really do. I think I missed out. Just hold on to it, brother.
But we really appreciate you saying that.
Really appreciate it. I want to try it. I'm not lying. I tell you what we might be able to do, Leaf and Briar. If I will email you, and if you will let me purchase it, or if you will accept a trade, maybe that's fair, right? So maybe we can do something like that. That'll be fun.
For that. So Pipe Philosophy says that Sun Bear Navy cask has aged really well. It's pretty good. I do enjoy the Sun Bear series a lot. I know I kind of not known as being the aromatic guy. Sun Bear is an exception. And I think that this year's Sun Bear was probably my favorite. I'm glad I bought 3 tins of it. I have 2 tins of that left, and I'm very curious to see how it ages. But I agree with you, Pipe Philosophy. Dakota, go ahead. I know you want to.
Porch Piper Tom. I didn't know if that's what you were going for or not.
I was going to let you do the introduction.
Nefarious character tainting this audience with his honoriness tonight. Tom, thank you for stopping by, brother. I'm glad you were able to. Happy 2026 to you and yours. It is quite the blessing, honestly, to have you in chat with all these other lovely folks. It's so good to see you. Really hope you're doing well, Tom. Very good evening to you. Brutal Enough is in the chat. It is 3:37 a.m. currently in Austria. Brutal Enough. Chris, how are you, sir? Very, very nice to see you in here.
Listen, I love whenever Tom shows up because you know he's a legend. That guy,
he's a rock star. Tom is a rock star. There's no other way of putting it.
No other way. He walks into the chat box and there's 15 "Hey Toms, how's it going" on there because he is a legend and loved by all. And what am I saying here? Cherished by the community. We'll say that for good reason. Tom,
this pipe's for you, buddy. Smoking some HU Nashville County in the 2025 St. Nick edition 311 KS that my wife bought me. I sanded it down to Bear Briar, and it is smoking great now, man.
And I've got Pese Canoe Latakia Flake 20. It's in this bag to keep moisture. In the after party, Savinelli 673, my number one pipe.
Correction.
Wrong.
It is 4:37 a.m. currently in Austria. Thank you, Chris.
But I wasn't going to say anything.
Hope you're doing, man. I hit it last night. I got it right on.
Payback, man.
Yeah. Payback. No, I got it correct last night on Walt's live, I believe. But man, you can't win them all. You know what I mean?
Oh, but you can lose them all. I lost.
You can. That's true. Guys, I just want to throw this out there. The YTPC is the greatest community on the planet. I've been involved with a lot of people and a lot of communities, and there are lots of gracious, giving, intelligent people in all kinds of places on this planet, but there's never been such a concentration of individuals who are passionate as this community. Just generous, passionate, intelligent people as in the YTPC. Really just want to throw that out there. I love you all, and I appreciate you for stopping by today, but additionally just for being yourself. Keep putting out the great content. The people in here that are not content creators, keep being part of the conversation and commenting on people's videos and keeping the conversation going. Really just phenomenal community.
To piggyback off of that, I've been on Pipe's social media for probably close to 9 or 10 years now. You know, forums, tobacco reviews, Instagram, various things. And they're all great. The Pipe community as a whole is amazing and phenomenal. I'm so glad to be part of it. I will say that I wish I had not saved YouTube as, the newest place that I entered into pipe social media. I wish I would have began there because it really is the best. There is no other place like the YTPC. Pipe Smokers as a whole is an amazing group of people, but this even more boutique section of that of the YTPC is where the best of the best reside. And so, like Dakota said, we thank you all graciously.
Porch Piper Tom says, you guys must have mistaken me for somebody. Just finished off Ken Byron Ventures 2024 Burley Morning Pipe. Actually, I think the 2025 is better. Glad to hear it. Brutal enough. Chris says, Captain, drop me an email. Can go to the post office soon. Let me throw this out there. Brutal enough in Austria is this is what I'm talking about. So generous, and I'm having a hard time accepting it. Has a traditional Austrian Jaeger or Hunter's pipe. If you guys know what that looks like, I've never smoked out of anything quite like this. This is a historic, local to him, traditional pipe that is super cool that he's going to send me. Brutal, I will send you an email. I really appreciate you, and you need to let me know how I can pay you back for that. Just incredibly cool. I've never had a traditional pipe from any part of the world, so that's overwhelmingly cool. Tom says there's no other community like the one we have together. I could not agree more. Cameron says pipe people are the best people. Right, you are. Coffee Leaf says a nefarious character has entered the chat. That would be correct. Sergeant Rocco, he has the bell. Have a great evening, sir. I appreciate you stopping by. So very good to hear from you and see you in here. Pipe Philosophy says he agrees it's a great place to be. So if I miss anyone's comments, guys, I do apologize. I'm trying to keep up. It is a lot. But, man, I'm just so glad to be surrounded by all these great people.
The live chats, these are my favorites, the live. I love watching everyone's videos, but something special about the live, the interaction. And I first started watching live when Matches 860 would go live on Friday nights. And I just watched. I didn't have a YouTube. I had a YouTube, but I didn't post anything at the time. I was what the old school YTPC would call a lurker. You know what I mean? But now to be part of a regular chat like what I used to watch so much, my gosh, I wouldn't trade this for anything. I've always loved pipe smoking. It's been a great experience, but this is absolutely just elevated it even more so, because how do you make something better that you already love? Share it with friends. That's how you do it. Share it with friends.
Cameron's got to go. Cameron Lancaster, everybody, Smokey Stash on Instagram. Please, if you have an Instagram, look up Smokey Stash. Best photography in the game, and he has immaculate taste to boot. Great friend of the channel, and we appreciate him greatly. Cameron, have a great night, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. It was very good to see you.
So Lee from Briar says this is why he started making videos, because people in the YTPC are all so amazing. I could not agree more.
Carrie says, lives are great. We can socialize and sip something and be safe at home. I could not agree more.
That's a great point.
It's hard to have for instance, it'd be hard for me and Hunter right now to sit down in the same house to have a smoke. And we live, fairly close in proximity. But we have no, me and Hunter does not have a lounge or anything even remotely near us. We could go and smoke with other smokers if there was any in our area, right? There isn't. So to be able to do this with you fine people is a blessing, and has brought so much enjoyment and depth to my Saturday nights. I couldn't imagine doing anything differently tonight. I love sitting down, having a smoke session like this, and hopefully it's a discussion. Hopefully it's not just me and Hunter. Everybody in the chat, man, chime in, and really appreciate you.
Yeah, don't let me ramble on like a band of babbling baboons.
Pipe Philosophy, definitely do. Definitely do.
Let me see.
Briar Broom. No, that's one I don't think is that the one in Europe? I don't know if I have her or not. Let me look. We'll just do this right here on the live. Why not? Why not?
Oh, Pipe Philosophy. That is way too kind of you to say. Dude, I've seen your lives. Love your lives. and really enjoyed having you on the live a couple weeks ago, man. I had an absolute blast with that. So
I
great
am subscribed. It is who I was thinking of, so we're good to go there.
Well, I was not familiar with that channel, so that's one I'll have to sub to.
Pipe Philosophy, you certainly should do one. You do a great job. Early Morning Pipe says he loves live chats. I'm glad. Early Morning Pipe, I'm glad you're here, man. This is so much fun. It's hard to put words to an experience, you know. It's like there's so many people in here that I feel like I know personally. I talk to regularly through comments and stuff, right? I watch their content. Not everybody, but a lot of people in here are presenters also. You get to feel like you know people, and when they're here with you, you're all enjoying something, and you're getting to discuss it and hang out. Man, how cool is that? I would pay for this experience if I had to. It wouldn't be a problem. If there was some kind of entry fee to get to hang out with you cool people, that would be fine for me. You know, it's really substantive, and it brings something. It brings something to me.
You know, on the 4 years, I got to know people, but you only saw their handle. You know, you never really learned their real name most of the time, and you only saw their avatar. You never really saw their face. With YouTube, it brings this whole other dimension that's just absolutely great. But even that being said, you know, on the live chat and even in the comments section, you have people that don't post videos but regularly still partake in YTPC activities, and it's still better than forums. I don't know how to explain it. It just elevates the whole experience.
Leifenbauer says, "If I want to pay, I mean, if you want to." Brutal Enough says he thinks she's in Switzerland, but she travels to Italy and Austria a lot. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says she has an amazing collection of pipes. Yeah, I agree. I like her channel. Everybody go check it out.
Pipe Philosophy, saying it again. We need to have the great meetup, the YTPC Legends Meetup 2027 in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. We're doing it. We're all going to rip one
blast, wouldn't it?
The giant patio, and we're just all 30 of us will be outside smoking.
Imagine the next day all of our mugshots being online for our families to see. It'd be great. It's going to be a good time.
Great content. The YTPC was arrested last night.
That's right.
Led by a man that goes by Porch Piper Tom and his various characters. Oh yeah, confidently that the Chicago Pipe Show is coming up soon, but man, that's just too far out of my reach to attend that as much as I would.
It is right by the airport, though. All you have to do really is drive to Jaeger, and it's right by the airport. Hillbilly Piper is in the chat. He says, "Hello, everyone. Smoking some Black House, which I enjoy from 21." So yeah, Black House is a really good blend. I enjoyed that one as well.
That was based on Balkan Sobrani, if I remember right, the original Balkan Sobrani, right? Because is it White Knight based on the?
Yeah, that was the influence for that blend, right?
And Russell, great.
Tom says, "Your Honor, I never heard of these nefarious characters in my life." Pipe Philosophy says, "A band of nefarious characters." What an opener, right, for the front page of the news.
Hey, it's
a band of nefarious characters infiltrated the local town hall.
But it's like the Blues Brothers meets YTPC, because there are several musicians among the chat.
There is. This is true.
And it ends, you know, the end of it. Here we are in Chicago paying the taxes with the entire U.S. military arresting us at once. So.
Pipe Philosophy. The venue is right beside the airport, though. So you just have to jump on your local aeroplane and you'd land right there. So if we're putting a YTPC band together, you and Pipe Philosophy's got the guitar, Porch Piper Tom's got the vocals. Baby, all I need is more cowbell. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. I still Blues Brothers in my head. That ain't no Hank Williams song. Oh my gosh. Bunker Bob's. That's fantastic. We can parody work.
Pipe Philosophy says we're on a mission from God. Blues Brothers.
I have
Tom says Muletown is in about 12 weeks. That's in Tennessee.
what's in 12 weeks from now? What would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, I
5,
said hello.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
He said, whatever that means. Little cute woman wave.
That's going to be around March 14th, give or take, I think, if I did the math right.
Two tampers in front of me, and here I am still using my finger.
Well, you're classy like that. You know what I mean?
I'm a lot of things. I don't know if classy's one of them.
Well, you can't spell class without ass. You know what I mean? So you're halfway there.
Hey, true that.
Hey, Pipe Philosophy says that he can do Muletown. That's 2 hours from him. So
it's not bad.
I was close on the date. Forrest Piper Tom corrected me. March 21st.
There you go. Cheeky amputee Yusuf, all the way from South Africa. A very good morning, sir. What time is it in South Africa? We got the Prepping Piper in the chat this evening. Don't you people ever sleep? Well, not when there's great lives to do and hang out with you cool cats.
If there's a pipe to smoke, I'm there.
Hillbilly says he went to Muletown 2 years ago. Took me 10 and a half hours to drive to it. Man. My goodness.
I'll drink to that.
My goodness. 6 a.m. in South Africa.
Good morning, Yusuf, then.
That's right. Hopefully we are not disturbing Mrs. Yusuf's beauty sleep. We know she can take her blame out on the cheeky amputee. So hopefully we're not getting you in trouble there, old buddy.
She absolutely blasted him on the chat, and it was
good. It was good. She has a sense of humor, and Yusuf has got strong shoulders because apparently he can take it. But big thanks to the Mrs. Cheeky Amputee for helping Yusuf out the other day. A couple weeks ago, I guess. We did a live. He was driving, and she was typing and only roasting him, an acceptable amount.
But Yusuf did do a great live the other day that we both were part of for a little while. I really enjoyed that live. Great talk with Tobacco. Always great to talk to Yusuf.
He said they just got back from a wildlife night draft. Boy, that sounds fun, doesn't it?
Great, actually.
Muletown is in Columbia, Tennessee. Okay.
Hey.
Well, now I know.
Yeah, I've just never been to a pipe show. As decade of smoking, it just hasn't happened. Had the time, didn't have the means. Had the means, didn't have the time. So it's this never-ending pattern of
both things have to overlap, and it just hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet. But my gosh, me and you at a pipe show, we'd have to take out Dude, I'd have to take out a second mortgage on my house.
I would have to take out an insurance policy.
That's what I'm gonna have to fake my own death and take out that insurance policy.
No, I'm probably not coming back.
What is it, hon? My wife says I have to buy an insurance policy first. My insurance policy is to not have an insurance policy. It's been proven that men who have insurance policies die quicker of strange and mysterious deaths. I do not want that to be me. So to ensure my life, I did not take out an insurance policy.
Coffee and Leafs asking if anyone wants to talk to Flat Cap. I have not reached out to Flat Cap. I have him on Facebook and stuff. Just out of respect, he hasn't made content. I haven't reached out to him. I hope he's doing well. He's certainly been in my thoughts and prayers. I couldn't imagine this last year for him. So glad you brought that up, Coffee and Leaf.
My wife thinks she's funny.
Your wife can be funny at times.
She seems all sweet until you say something, and she will absolutely roast you.
What? I'm not afraid of her. No, what gets me is she is such a sweet lady, and she's got a little juice under the hood when she's feeling herself, and she'll do something you don't expect. That's hilarious to me.
But she will roast your ass though. Bulk into it.
I'm not afraid of her.
I think she has video of the karaoke night at your wedding.
I better be nice then. Nice. Okay. Angela says she does as well. I retract my former statement, and nothing but love to Mrs. Pipe Hunter there. Mm-hmm. She knows where the skeletons are buried.
Yeah, no kidding. So both our wives can blackmail us with the karaoke video.
Oh, dude, I think Angela's got videos of me naked singing Hank Jr. or something.
Oh, we've all got those floating around. Yeah. That's special.
Yeah, she's very happy right now. She is grinning. Don't bring it up. There's no need to. Chill, honey.
Watched it a few times.
My gosh, my wife's over here being funny again.
Yeah, well, my wife's getting ideas. I don't.
Mine too. She's showing me some weird teapots and.
Tell Angela we should get together and take notes from each other.
Hush.
A terrible idea.
Hush.
I mean, Mrs.
Silence. Jill.
You think that Dakota and I get together.
The only blackmail in this conversation will be Dan Armstrong's blend, okay?
Yeah, if you think it's bad when Dakota and I get together, when our wives get together and to talk about Dakota and I, that's when it gets.
Here's a good picture of you, Haley, and Dakota.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, I got a
picture. I've got more, but
that must be upside down.
It actually is not.
It's blurry.
It's
blurry. I see now. Okay.
I showed this video on your live that one.
You did. Oh, good Lord. Tom says I married my wife for her personality. I just didn't know there was more than one. Carrie says the cigar shop I go to has a small one every year, and it's enjoyable. Eric Stokeby has been there the last two. See, if I had that opportunity somewhere local, holy moly, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Eric Stokeby and tell him thank you for making the evening plate.
I don't have the video, but I have a picture of you singing. Dakota holds the microphone for you.
So here, look, I don't drink much, but at Dakota's wedding, I may have been. So I have a beer and cigarette in my hand as Dakota is holding the microphone up to me as I sing Meatloaf.
Oh, buddy, listen, Cuban cigars, Johnny Walker Blue. It was an incredible night. It really was.
From there.
Videos somewhere. I'll have to find them. Maybe they're on my Snapchat.
Yeah, don't from here.
Hang on.
Hold on.
Oh no. She'll try to find the video, but
I'm just going to show a second of it. Hopefully, it's while
it's not the same one, but
okay.
It is.
Yeah, Jill couldn't hang. She ended up with encephalitis a couple days later.
Yeah.
Well, there won't be any music because of the setting.
Yes, I'll pick it up. We were singing Richmond, North of Richmond.
Okay. I didn't even remember that one.
Yeah, so good times. No alcohol for me, Cheeky Amputee says. I can't look right now, sweetie.
Jeez.
Awesome.
I really don't drink much. That was a very special occasion.
It was good. It was good.
Well, it started off classy with Johnny Walker Blue and Cuban cigars.
Who are those two guys?
Okay, so that's the Cuban cigars. It started off with Cuban cigars and Johnny Walker Blue. It ended up with Lucky Strike cigarettes and homemade moonshine. So,
there's a lot of moving parts involved here. You really condensed it down to make it sound like trash.
And Jill wanted to remind everyone that we both smoked cigarettes through our noses.
We did.
don't have the videos. Did you delete them?
No. But it's one day, but I don't know. That was something.
Here's a bottle. Here's a picture of your Johnny Walker Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I love you.
Guys, by the way, Johnny Walker Blue is a phenomenal blended scotch. If anyone has the chance and you're into blended scotches and you get a chance to try that, mwah, chef's kiss, phenomenal.
Okay, I think you life is taking over the chat again.
Mrs. Yusuf. Oh my goodness. Yusuf says, I can't walk straight with one leg. Just imagine if I was a drunk sailor. Tom says, I was never a drinking man until I got married.
It reminds me of Al Bundy.
Chris says, moonshine and lucky strikes through your nose must be West Virginia. Right, you are.
Porch Piper Tom is just giving me Al Bundy vibes. You know,
oh, yeah.
And did you miss me, Al? With every bullet so far, Peg.
Carrie says, I drink a little bit here and there. Absinthe, gin, and bourbon. I'm mostly a bourbon guy myself. Leafenbrier says, if whiskey can't cure it, there's no cure for it. I can relate. The Urban Hermit is in the chat. Hello, sir. Very good to see you again. Everybody check out the Urban Hermit. He has more 673s than Hunter and Lukester combined.
That's my man. That's
he's a true believer. Coffee and Leaf says, but the ground is so forgiving. Once you fall once, you're good to go.
Do you remember Heartless? What was his name?
Justin Heartless?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my friend Justin.
I was at his house one time in Summersville, and he was showing me his party den in his basement, which is up the steps, which is like attic steps that come down, and they're very steep. And he's like, yeah, we drink up there all the time. And I'm like, how do you get down the steps once you've been drinking? He goes, easiest thing you'll ever do. You just go straight down them. Always land at the bottom. Never miss it. I'm like, my gosh.
Listen, Justin Heartless is my man. Unfortunately, I cannot speak on here of a single time that we have partied together. Not one is acceptable for public consumption, but I have some stories. My goodness.
Yeah, been there, done that.
The Urban Hermit says he quit drinking in 2019 for New Year's. He had a Guinness Zero, I believe it was, the alcohol-free Guinness, and I know he enjoyed that. He said it was great. I think that's an awesome option, and I'm very happy for you and your sobriety, my friend.
I think sobriety is always a great thing. And really, in all seriousness, I'm a very casual sipper. That was just one night celebrating, got a little out of control. That is not the regular for us, but it was a fun night. I'll give it that.
It was. The Urban Hermit says he is smoking Haunted Bookshop in a Phil Rivera Lavat. Fancy.
Well, hold on. Where'd you get the Phil Rivera Lavat at? He used to make pipes for Matches 860.
Dude, I'm telling you, this guy's a true believer. Yusuf says, why did the one-legged person take a ladder to the bar? He heard the drinks are on the house. Oh, Yusuf.
So I'm going to assume that the Urban Hermit here is a big Matches fan. We may have talked about that. I can't remember. But being a Phil Rivera fan, if he remembers Matches pipes, Matches had several Phil Rivera pipes. But my absolute favorite one was the antique Bulldog that he made, which is, you know how they make relic guitars look old? He made this pipe to look like it was a really old pipe that had been well smoked, beat up, a couple dings in it, but like very nicely done though. Beautiful pipe.
So, Pipe Philosophy says he got trashed before a gig one night. The bandmates were rightfully mad, but those were my wild days.
Man, I've seen that happen a time.
The Urban Hermit says he has 7 Phil Riviera pipes. He also has a matches 673 like yours. I can't remember which number his is. It was a unique number. So that's you, him, and Lukester in this tight knit community. That's 3 of those pipes that can be accounted for within my personal circle,
right?
Which is really cool, guys. It's really cool.
So, Hermit, my question is, the matches tribute pipes that Lukester and I have are both unsmoked. Is yours smoked? I would love to get a second one to smoke and one to preserve.
He smokes his. Someone gave it to him because they couldn't smoke it. I believe he said he smokes it. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to speak for him. He'll come in here. Carrie says she learned the hard way that she can't keep up with a Canadian, and trying to keep up with an alcoholic is a bad idea too. I can concur.
Hermit says he remembers the day Matches passed away. I remember where I was standing, the moment, and I told my wife, and she was even so upset that she cried. That's how big of a deal it was in my household, that even my wife cried when John passed away.
Absolutely. Yusuf says that the Urban Hermit has a beautiful collection of confined combustion apparatuses. He was on that same live, and a stunning collection. Hopefully you guys catch one of the Urban Hermit's lives and you can talk him into showing off his collection. It's really spectacular. No other way to say it. Hillbilly Piper has one as well. That is 4 within this close-knit community that can be accounted for. Man. That's incredible. That is incredible. How cool is that? Pipe Philosophy says he still watches Matches videos. I think we all do.
I watch him just about every single day. Hermit says that his was a gift from a friend. They're in Canada. He smokes it. I'm glad someone's smoking theirs, because you're the only one I know that actually was like, yeah, I'll smoke it. Man, I just can't bring myself to do it.
Leaf and Briar says the Matches 673 pipe is his golden egg. That's his white well. He wants one really bad. Well, one will become available, and you'll pay the price if you want it that bad.
I am to blame for the market on that being so upcharged, because as soon as one person pays way too much for it, that's all they sell for.
You set the bar.
I wasn't going to miss this pipe. I'd look for 5 years to get it, and I paid a lot for it. So if the market is now like way up here for it, it's because of me.
So Chris says he's been looking for a Matches pipe, but they are money. Well, you're not wrong. Limited amount made, obviously.
Now,
so
mine comes in the original box. The only thing that's different, the pipe's unsmoked. The picture of John.
Hold on real quick. This goes right into that. Pipe Philosophy asks who made the Matches pipe. So Hunter, give him the download. Give Pipe Philosophy the download on that special edition pipe, please.
Yep. So real quick, John's pipe that he smoked most famously was his Friday Savinelli. He smoked it throughout the day on Fridays, and all of his videos that he put out Fridays as well as his live. It was a Savinelli 673 Rusticated Roma Lucite, just like the one I have. When he passed away, Savinelli produced 860 of them because his name was Matches 860. And I think $10 to each one sold went to his family. So that was $8,600 raised for his family. But they are just 867s or 673 Roma Lucites, just like this one, but numbered and branded at the bottom. The Friday Savinelli Matches 860. Really, it's just an off-the-wall rack 673. But just a tribute to him, which if he would have known that Savinelli would put out a tribute pipe to him, that would have been just over the moon. I wish he could have known that. But very highly sought after. I will say mine, I have the original box. What is missing is the original pipe sock and the picture of John that it came with. It came with a small picture of John, but it is the original box, though, with the rest of the case candy, and it is unsmoked. But, yeah, it's just like this. It's just a highly sought-after pipe among the Matches 860 community fan base.
Fan base. That's fair. And crazy with Hillbilly Piper being the 4 people within a small, close-knit community. I think that's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yusuf, I never saw that any of them went for sale. I would have loved to have bought one. I know someone that has several of Matches' personal pipes. He was a
And
good
he's
friend.
smoking them. He's posted them.
Well, he's a very good friend of Matches. I don't want to out who it is in case you
Right.
know. He's posted them on social media, but he did not say who they belong to. I just know him and I know the pipes. I thought maybe he got the whole collection. I would have money for
we know where some of the pipes are, and they are in good hands.
the one that I really wanted was called his Duca Carlo. It was a 673 that he owned. That was a second made by Savinelli, kind of like Rossi, and it was unfinished. And later on, he had Cane Rod Piper buff it up a little bit, make it look nicer. But that was the one I really wanted to buy.
That's the one Urban Hermit just mentioned there.
Yeah, I remember that too. His daughter asked for money for that.
Was weird.
Yeah, Katie.
Not the highlight of that ordeal, obviously.
No, there was a lot of drama behind the whole thing. I don't know. Katie loved her dad, that's for sure. You know what I mean? I don't think she understood the YTPC fully, but she wasn't a pipe smoker. You know what I mean? It was her dad's crazy hobby that she knew he was famous for. But, you know, my dad collects stuff that I don't know anything about. And so, you know, it doesn't mean I'm a bad person or that I don't love my dad a lot. You know what I mean?
Right. It's misguided. That's obvious. It's kind of a weird bookend on the online presence of it all. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you just take it for what it is and don't let it tarnish memories or anything like that. It's not a big deal.
But no, I feel bad for her. She's had it pretty tough the past couple of years. Her dad died in 2020. Her mom passed away in early 25. And so, you know, both of her parents are gone. Fairly tragically. Just I'm sure that's a rough place to be, you know, so well for anyone, really.
Update on the HU Nashville County. Guys, this stuff smokes great. It's a slow burner. I left mine chunky and coarse, but it is delicious. Delicious.
Yeah, Brutal Enough says he doesn't judge people, but it was weird. It was odd. I think in the moment it was one of those just doing the best that you can situations, trying to take when you're in a hole and you don't know how to get out, I think you will grab at anything you possibly can to lift yourself out of it and scratch the wall so your fingers bleed. You know what I mean? And you never really know what anyone's going through. And when people get stuck in a situation that they will do anything get out of, I mean, I understand. You know what I mean? We've all been in tough spots, and I'm sure at that point she was in a very tough spot. You know, they had to move, they had to sell the house, they possibly had to sell his pipes. It was, I'm sure it was a lot, and just doing the best they could with what they had. And there's not always a right or wrong answer to anything. You know what I mean? You just have to pick an avenue sometimes and go for it, even if it's not the avenue that you like. Life has those tough situations where there's not a clean and easy way out, and you just do what you can.
Brutal says my videos are weird too at times. I don't think they are as weird as you think they are, Brutal. And your English is far better than you think it is as well, man. You do a great job. I love your perspective. I hope you just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a fine job. Carrie is finishing up a bowl of Brothers in Arms, and the bottom of the bowl of Brothers in Arms can be that point where you're a little, you know, a lot of nicotine in that blend. So hopefully she's doing well and it's not hitting her too hard. Excuse me. Leaf and Briar says, still smoking 2025 Dark Holler in the Southern Roots Pipe Cob. That sounds delicious. And
my
cool.
gosh, the forum has been lit up all day with the Dark Holler drop. I think Country Squire, it is all I've read online. That blend made a big splash. Sounds yummy, though.
Yeah, I would love to get the raw whole leaf components of Brothers in Arms and press it into a nice plug and then either have it as a plug or slice it into a flake and try it in that presentation. I think that would be chef's kiss, delicious. I really think that would be phenomenal. Carrie says she's doing all right. Dinner was hearty. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. It can be a stout blend. I had a couple instances where I noticed the nicotine. That's how I know when a tobacco blend is very high in nicotine, is I just notice nicotine content at all. In general, even the lightest Virginias is enough nicotine for me and is satisfying. And there's a gap with knowing there's nicotine in a blend. It's satisfying, which pretty much all tobacco is for me, and then I feel the nicotine. I'm not very nicotine sensitive, so it takes a lot. And there was at the bottom of a couple bowls of Brothers in Arms instances where I was like, hey, I realize there's nicotine in this. Good stuff.
And my last bowl for the night here, I'm going with some Nashville County.
Woo! I'm when I'm done with this, we'll have another. Why not? So Carrie says, I would do pressed cakes, make a crumble cake like the Painting Piper. Guys, the Painting Piper is one talented dude. Not only is he like, his art is just incredible, no matter what the medium he's using, but he's making some crumble cakes and some flakes that are his own design, not available for purchase, I don't guess at all, but just freaking phenomenal. Really, really impressed with what he's doing.
Piper has skills with a Z.
Never too early to enjoy a pipa. I do like my pipa. I start a bowl at about 4:30 a.m. daily. Light it up.
Hear you, brother.
Yeah, so I smoke a pipe every day on my way to work, which is 5:30, 5:45, something like that. That's when I try to leave the house, and I'm having a pipe every day around that time. And it could be a variety of blends, but it needs to be something user friendly. I'm in a hurry in the morning, and I don't have it can be a flake, but it doesn't need to be complicated. It needs to be something that once I get it in my pipe, regardless of how much preparation time, like if it's a flake or something, once it's in my pipe, I need to be able to just light it and go. And there's a lot of stuff that fits that bill.
Usually I'm a 6:30 guy, during the week.
Oh my. Guys, we have a new friend of mine in the chat here, Aromatics 5741. Everybody please give him a look up. You will not be disappointed. This gentleman is a pipe smoker and a cigar smoker. Important for me. Why? Because he is rolling and blending his own cigars. Here recently on one of his videos on his channel, I was telling him that a triple Ligero sounds delicious, and he was talking about one of his own blends of cigars that he makes that is proportionally a triple Ligero with a broadleaf wrapper that brings a little sweetness and rounds out that crazy Ligero strength. And it's something I need to get in my hot little hands here. I need to purchase a couple. Maybe we could smoke that on the podcast, Hunter. Or at least
talked about the triple Ligero.
We've talked about the triple Ligero, like the LFD triple Ligero, and apparently LFD does that as an exclusive for one shop out of New York that is very exclusive and we cannot obtain. But my friend here, Aromatics, is rolling a triple Ligero himself with a broadleaf wrapper, which is still bringing boldness and strength to it, but a little bit of subtle sweetness. And he says it kind of rounds it out. So everybody check out Aromatics. He's got a cool channel, very established. I've just recently come across him, and I'm very, very, very impressed.
So Chris says that coffee and burley is so good in the morning. That's how I start most mornings, with a cup of coffee and a bowl of Haunted Bookshelf. 6:30.
We just had Smokey Stash in the chat before he had to leave, and anyone that knows Smokey Stash knows that his mornings start with burley and coffee. Actually, when Smokey Stash was on the podcast to do the Ravenwood Old Burley Bear with me and Hunter, he's like, usually I only smoke burleys in the morning with my coffee, but for you guys, I'll make an exception. He is serious about burleys with coffee in the morning, and I think that's a great avenue to take, but I think burleys are appropriate at any time.
And for him, most likely, or most mornings, it is Ravenwood's
Buffalo? We talk. Say again, please.
Bison Burley.
Bison Burley. That's right.
And usually I'm smoking Haunted Bookshop like 6:30 in the morning. Cup of coffee is usually when I get my day started. Weekend, sleep in a little bit, and I might start with something different on the weekend, but it's still usually Haunted Bookshop.
Hey, Cheeky Amputee, Yusuf just went over and gave Aromatics a sub. And Mr. Aromatics, you will never have a better friend than the Cheeky Amputee here. This is my friend Yusuf from South Africa. And as you will find out very soon, he is going to be the first commenter on every upload you post.
Your comment section is about to get lit up collar, brother.
You're going to have emojis in the comments you didn't know existed.
That is right.
we love Yusuf.
I think we beat him to it.
Hey, Dutch. Dutch is in the chat. Really good to see you. I haven't seen you in a few weeks, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Dutch says he smokes a lot of Jackknife Ready rubbed in the morning and a Dagner Cobb.
There we go.
So I have a Dagner Cobb, and it's a great smoker. I really like it.
Pipe Philosophy says that Burley has been his go-to lately, even more than English. And I mean, he's really been doubling down on the double, what is that, Burley, double press Burley. Doubling down on the double press Burley. There we go.
John Cotton double press Burley.
Mm-hmm.
We might get it there eventually.
Well, you know.
Words are hard.
But tobacco is beautiful.
Tobacco is beautiful. Talk about beautiful. Obviously, you guys know we are troubled with the nicotism. Check out this leather tobacco mat that Pavel from the Smoking Bay sent us with a recent order. Now, he didn't directly send this to me. I placed an order. Pavel was going to send Hunter a blend from Russia, a tin of Russian tobacco. Anyway, Hunter told him to double it up in my order, and we got this awesome leather tray in with it. I don't know if he was supposed to send this to me, but I kind of commandeered it.
That is great. Pipe Philosophy says Yusuf will be there before you even post the video. Yeah, you'll have a comment on that video while it's still
That's right. and the great thing about Yusuf, and I didn't know this for a long time, Yusuf has a witty wife that likes to cast some shade.
Listen, the Urban Hermit says he likes I don't know how you say it. The black double X goes great with coffee in the morning. The rope.
Yeah. Black Irish X. Yeah. But the double X is the same blend, slightly bigger. The double X is. I love the brown. My experience with the black hasn't been great. It's supposed to be just a little bit more stoved. But the flavor profile, I don't know what happened to it. I need to give it another whirl, to be honest.
I've got some from 2012 or older. We'll have to crack open soon and test.
Yeah, I really love the brown Irish X. It's extremely natural, strong. I love it. But the black, the example I have, I've only tried it once. It smelled and tasted like burnt hair. Even the room note, Angela noticed, my wife, smelled like burnt hair. So maybe there was something, corrupting the blend that got into the mix there, and I should try to cut me a coin off from the other end of the rope and rub it out. Maybe I'm not sure, but I really like the brown Irish X, and by its own description, the black Irish X sounds like it should be right up my alley, but my experience has not been great.
So real quick before I lose it, Carrie says she's done the butter and the coffee. I used to make bullet coffee where you add butter, real butter, and an oil. I don't remember what it was, and you put it, you like froth it or whatever. That was really good.
It's a protein thing, right?
Yeah, kind of. Let me see. There was one other one I was going to say here. Pipe Philosophy said he likes to throw cinnamon on top too. Jill will make coffee sometimes, put cinnamon in with the coffee before she brews it in with the coffee. That's good.
I know you'll put whiskey in it sometimes. Hey, everybody, MCT oil. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Chris and Carrie commented in. Everybody, Porch Piper Tom signing off for the night. Everybody give him a big thanks for stopping by. It was so good to see Porch Piper Tom. Everybody here knows him, loves him. We really appreciate you stopping by, Tom. We hope you have a great night's rest, and we will see you again soon, man. Really appreciate you stopping by.
Dutch gets it. He says his lady is Hispanic and they tamaleed themselves out. I love tamales with a passion. Love them.
I'm more of an empanada kind of guy, to be honest.
Chris's dad put butter in his coffee his whole life. That is awesome.
Carrie says cayenne pepper is great as well. If you don't know, Carrie, cayenne pepper has tons of uses, and you can put it on an open wound as a disinfectant in a pinch, in a survival situation. I am not your medical professional. I don't even play one on TV, but I read that in a book somewhere one time.
I was going to say something really stupid. I'm not going to.
I've been saying stupid stuff all evening. Go.
You use the cayenne pepper as an enema?
That's pretty bad. I don't know what to say.
I think it worked though.
For what purpose? What's the goal?
Shit happens. Crickets, man. I hear crickets outside.
I'm at a loss.
I said I wasn't going to say it. And you're like, no, go ahead and say it. It can't be worse than I'm saying. I'm saying you're thinking bet.
Well, I'm trying to visualize it.
No, don't do that. That's bad. Don't visualize it.
Rocket Man, Elton John. I got a new pictorial description in my mind's eye of Rocket Man.
You guys are full West Virginia Wild tonight. Taco Bell will have the same effect if you want to go full of Rocket Man. It will shoot you straight up in the sky.
I seen a meme this past week, and the meme said, if Taco Bell gives you diarrhea, then your genetics are weak. And it went even more beyond that, but it was funny. It was good.
My Bear's poster, great one.
Holy smoking Padre. No, that's an actual channel when I read it as a reply to what we were saying.
Yeah, it's a good channel. Holy Smoking Padre.
Yeah, I know, but
that was a strange turn. I warned you all, but you said go ahead and go for it. Maybe you'll.
Dutch says you find things out about your brother on YouTube Lives. Well, I mean, it happens. What can I say? Oh my God, Brutal says Black Irish X in the morning and cayenne pepper up your ass. Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yusuf's making breakfast. You guys are welcome to chow down. Eggs, sausage, mushrooms, grilled tomatoes, and cappuccino. Count me in, Yusuf.
And Blood Logos just made it back. He asked, what did he walk back into?
Cayenne pepper enemas. Hunters tell me about his deepest fantasies. It's a full confession live tonight on the Captain Burley Slice channel for the after party. Glad you could make it.
I'm never living this down, Emma.
I might make a t-shirt. This is a dandy.
Just out of curiosity, Dakota, what exactly is going to be on the t-shirt? Just words, right?
Might have the Elton John, what I was thinking of the Rocket Man on it, but yeah, words in a pictorial description.
See, philosophy gets it. That'll clean you out. That's what
that'll. If you got tapeworms and you're desperate and there's no other way to get the parasites out of you, you just force feed the cayenne pepper juice enema in there, and if it doesn't kill you after the experience, you'll be tapeworm free.
It also works for hemorrhoids.
I'm sure it'd feel great, Hunter. You try. Give me a detailed description.
Nah. I'll let you use your imagination on that one. I've said too much as is. I've got the whole YTPC up in arms over here. Everybody's like, what in the world? Last week undies, this week shit happens.
Just turn them inside out, wear them for another week. You got this.
I'm pretty sure she tried to hide a bra in here for this week's episode.
My wife's like tempting to throw panties on my head right now. My God, what's going on? What have you started?
It's my wife. It's not me. It's my wife. She starts this stuff. I know she's all sweet and innocent, but she has this chaotic, naive side. She likes to raise hell a little bit.
I've kept a pair of my old lady's undies on the headboard on the corner for like 5-6 years to keep the Karens away. And is that funny? She just picked them up and she threatened to throw them on me. I don't even know.
I mean, is it like the bikini set that people make now where you put your husband's face on it?
No. These are like, kind of see-through design, like a black doily booty shorts type. I don't know. They're cute.
Oh, boy. This is an interesting conversation.
She's had her face.
How does cayenne pepper start this kind of conversation?
No, this is Jill had her underwears in your background last week conversation. Has nothing to do with cayenne pepper. Get your head in the game.
Set me up, okay?
Your obsession is distractive.
You two set me up because Jill forgot to get them out of here when I didn't notice, and you forgot to mention it when you noticed until we were on live.
Full intention was wanting to do it in the interim between the recording of the podcast and the live, and I didn't remember that I was wanting to do that until we were live, and I thought I'd bring it up.
So Leaf and Briar says it's always the nice girls that'll get you. She's a pastor's daughter, so I concur to that.
Preacher's granddaughter.
Angela says she's a preacher's granddaughter. Hey, Hunter, here's one for you. Dutch says, my girl smokes the Toscano cheroots, the chocolate ones. I haven't had the chocolate Toscanos. Which are those?
Oh, they have them flavored. They have coffee, chocolate, you name it.
Have you had the chocolate?
No, I think.
I wonder if it's more of a like natural cocoa or more of that like chocolate liqueur additive.
I don't know. I say Rose is a video because she loves Carolina Rose.
Yeah.
Toscano, the flavored ones. But I've smoked a lot of the unflavored Toscanos. Been really impressed with that. But I do enjoy a lot of the flavored Avantis and Ramrods.
Right.
All of those.
Which I like all of them too. I've never had the chocolate ones. Sounds like it might be really good.
Actually, I was smoking a Ferroti in one of the videos we released on your channel not too long ago when I was at your place, maybe right before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Really like the Ferroti Kings.
So like the cocoa top note added to like this HU Nashville County or the Wessex Burley Slice, it's not just the natural burley cocoa. There is a certain natural cocoa additive put on it, but it is not like the artificial chocolate that tastes like chocolate chapstick or chocolate liqueur additive added to some pipe tobaccos. I would love to have more of that cocoa note added into tobacco blends, be it a Toscano or a pipe blend, but it's an like oddly specific cocoa note.
I think the specific cocoa note that you're mentioning is cocoa along with molasses. I think it's the two together.
It might be. It's hard to chase down. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. But that note, that's what I think. I think it's, I don't know proportionally if it's even, there's a touch molasses with the cocoa, but I think it's cocoa and molasses in some proportion together. I know the note that you're talking about, beautifully done. Wessex is a great example of that. Yeah,
Carrie says, Toscano sound like my kind of cigar. I'm the worst at keeping a humidor humid. So it's a dry cured cigar. It's dark fired leaf. They are tasty, delicious. Man, you can store them indefinitely in austere environments and circumstances. They still perform. You can chew on them. You can smoke half of them, let the rest of it rest, smoke the other half. They are a versatile cigar. I like them.
Yeah, I'm big on
them. I don't think they're the best cigar ever. I love them, though. Dutch says she'll smoke the vanilla ones every now and again is what he says.
Rose leaf. Yep.
Leafenbriar says, Carrie, the Bavita packs. Yeah, so the Bavita packs are great. Bavita packs and Tupperware containers just
done it for years.
Miracles. It's so easy.
Results.
Yeah. Yep.
I tried.
Brutal says he just hates the Toscanas with the sweetened tips. I'm not big on sweetened tips myself.
I actually kind of like those, believe it or not.
So, the Urban Hermit says Wessex Burley Slice are great, and so is the Solani Aged Burley Flake. So he's up in Canada. Everything's going to be different price and availability and stuff. Here in the States, the Wessex Burley Slice is infinitely easier to obtain and is significantly more affordable than the Aged Burley Flakes by Solani. Now, as much as I love the Solani Aged Burley Flakes, the Wessex Burley Slice scratches that itch at a better price, and I might like it better outright because of a little bit more of the bold flavor. The Solani Aged Burley Flakes, for me, is a bit more subtle and nuanced and sophisticated. And but both are great. Both are absolutely fantastic. I stock up on the Wessex more because of availability, price, and it delivers flavor a little bit more easily.
I would agree with that. For me, the Wessex has more topping on it, whereas who we got here?
Caleb Schmidt's heading out. Hey, Caleb, thank you so much for stopping by, man. It was really great chatting with you. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you so much. Chris says the 65 Bovitas.
That's what I use.
They're preferable, but I always end up with 72s because of various reasons. But anyway.
Yeah, I use the 65, but with the Wessex Burley Slice, it has a little bit more topping on it than the Solani Aged Burley Flake does. But at the same time, I feel like the Wessex Burley Slice has a little bit more depth in the flavor of the tobacco than the Aged Burley Flake. So it's whatever you want. They're both great, but for cost and availability, Wessex.
Interesting. The Urban Hermit says I usually order from the States. So I got some friends that are pipe smokers. In Canada that I met, a lot of them through the Beyond the Burl podcast. I don't know the Urban Hermit, if you know Beyond the Burl, a couple Canadian guys that have a podcast that are great. In their Discord, I've met fellow Canadian pipe smokers. Some of those guys are ordering directly from the States, paying the excise tax or whatever at the border and paying crazy amounts. Some of them are, finding other ways to get them from the States to Canada. But yeah, that's pricey. That's pricey. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you have a local B&M that you can get them at as well. Here's a good one from Aromatics. I feel qualified to answer. How does Wessex compare to Cobblestone? Cobblestone Hiking is a fantastic blend that I only got to try because it was gifted to me. The Cobblestone Hiking is a lot more natural burley with like zero topping added. The Wessex Burley Slice is very similar with a little bit of, they say aniseed on the description, and there might be a little bit of licorice, but it's mostly on the finish, not a lot while you're smoking it, a little bit on the finish. And it has an obvious, for me, cocoa top note that is missing in the Cobblestone Hiking. Other than that, the base tobaccos are probably pretty similar. But in the smoking quality, there's certainly some differences with the end product. What do you say, Hunter?
I would say that the Cobblestone Hiking would be more like H.H. Burley Flake than it would Wessex Burley Slice. I think there is a cocoa component to the Cobblestone Hiking, but much less than the Wessex, but more so than the H.H. Burley Flake.
But it's like mostly like natural burley cocoa notes, whereas the Wessex has got that with the added top note.
Much less than the Wessex Burley Slice. So more along the lines of the H.H. Burley Flake. It's kind of a cross in between H.H. Burley Flake and Wessex Burley Slice, leaning a little bit more towards the H.H. Burley Flake. But I still prefer the H.H. Burley Flake better myself. Both great blends, but the just the tobacco flavors of the Burley Flake, H.H. Burley Flake had a nuttiness to it that it was just such a unique flavor profile, and the hiking had a little bit of that, and it scratched the itch, but we lost it too.
So the Urban Hermit says Solani aged Burley Flake and Wessex made in the same factory. Yeah, they're both made by Kopp now. He's absolutely correct there. Chris says if you drop 65%, you might be surprised. Chris, you're absolutely right. 65% is the goal, and with a 72% Bovita pack in a larger container, so less Bovita pack, larger container, you can maintain humidity near that 65% for me. It works really well. So I'll get into that sometime, but I completely agree with you.
And Herman also says that along with Wessex and Solani aged Burley Flake, it sounds like hiking was made in the same factory. It very well may have been.
No, it was. It definitely was. No doubt about it.
Yeah, so hiking was made by Kopp for Sutliff.
Correct.
And so Sutliff did have other people making some of the blends for him.
And because Ravenwood, James Ravenwood's Old Burley Bear was made by Sutliff before they went out. In turn, I'm pretty sure it was made by Kopp as well, same factory.
And I'm still convinced the 11th Day of Christmas has a very European taste to the tobacco itself. The Virginia tobacco reminded me of something, European, we'll say.
Dutch brings up something great. Dutch has commented on some of my videos and expressed this to me, and I think it's a great point. He says the HH line used to be his thing, but after finding some of the C&D Burley Flakes, this scratched the itch. So, yeah, now that HH is out of the picture or extremely limited, quantities available, right? The Cornell and Dill Burley Flakes is a great way to get some of that, but there's other stuff as well. But I agree with Dutch, and I'm really glad he's found something that he's enjoyed. We talked about that on the podcast tonight as well, didn't we? It's interesting.
Weird. Did everyone eavesdrop?
I know. Did everyone listen in on the podcast? We haven't even published it yet.
But that's crazy. So we've smoked Cornell and Dill Burley Flake 1 and 3, and all were good. 3 was the one that I really enjoyed. Looks like Dutch liked 3 and 5. I have not had 5 yet, but 3 was definitely a really great blend. For me, as a replacement for HH Burley Flake, the closest thing available for me would be the Wessex Burley Slice, because of the tobacco flavor in it was most like HH Burley Flake. But that being said, I really enjoyed the Cornell and Dill Burley Flake series, and I'm so glad that's so readily available and at a very nice cost too.
I've only had number 1, and I like it, but from everyone's description, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like 3, and I don't remember. So Blood Logos is with you, Hunter. He says number 3 is the best out of the 5. That's your pick as well. I don't remember what number 5 is.
That was the newest one added, and
Dutch says it's C&D's ode to Old Dark Fire. Interesting. Okay.
And so Aromatics asks, so C&D are doing the Seattle Pipe Club blends. They are producing them now. They are going January 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern. They will be releasing Plum Pudding and Mississippi River, along with the special reserve versions of both of those, and then Hogshead. So 5 blends there. Hopefully more will be returning, but those were definitely the biggest selling Seattle Pipe Club blends.
Yeah. By the way, Aromatics, if it's not all clear, sorry if I didn't give a proper introduction. This is my brother, in real life brother, not just the brother of the pipe. This is my actual brother, the Pipe Hunter. We do a podcast together called Brothers of the Pipe. And I probably did not make that obvious to you. I do a horrible job advertising, or self-advertising. You know what I mean? It's out there, though. This is the after party. We do this after we record the podcast every Saturday. And I'm very glad you made it. It's really nice to see you in here. I really, really love what you have going on. And hopefully in the future, I can try some of your awesome blends you roll.
So Hermit didn't like HH Burley Flake, but he did like Cornell and Dill Burley Burley Flake 3 and 4. So there's a lot of people agreeing on at least 3, but also 5 seems to be big too. 4 was the favorite one of Matches 860. He actually preferred 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. So that's interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, I need to try the whole lineup there. I've only had number 1. I think it's great. I only smoke it here and there, but I keep it on hand. I very much enjoy it. I think it's a great product at a great price, and I'm happy that it's readily available.
It seems to always be in stock. You can find it on various different websites, good price on it. And yeah, I think it's a winner all the way around on that one. And number 2 is Cornell Deal's Ode to Bold Kentucky. Interesting. This is new stuff to me. I like hearing this.
Dutch is he's like a hardcore, you know what I mean? He's not holding back. I love Dutch's opinion. For one thing, Dutch isn't trying to sound like politically correct or like, you know, he just puts it out there. He's got some rough takes that I really enjoy. But that unabashed honesty that Dutch gives is welcome, and I love it. Hillbilly Piper says number 1 and number 3 for him. I hear that a lot, so I really like number 1. I'm looking forward to trying number 3 as well. Harry says at the pipe show, the guy from Ladisi recommended number 3. Obviously, it's a great pick.
Yeah, so I'm glad to see a lot of folks on here have ventured into the at least some of the Burley Flakes.
It's interesting because the Cornell and Dill Burley Flakes are kind of their own style of Burley Flakes. They're unique and individual to them. You know, Cornell and Dill Burley Flake is going to be different than a European or any other Burley Flake. They don't case them as much. They don't heat press them. They're not as dense. And a lot of people give them cred for it. It's just a different take on it, in my opinion, and I like them.
Cornell and Deal is famous for their Burley because they do Burley so different than everyone else. And even compared to other American manufacturers and like Cadre blends, their Burleys definitely stand out. And so when they do a Burley Flake, it's going to be a very unique product compared to a more common Burley, such as H.H. Burley Flake or Wessex Burley Slice, or even something like Nashville County from HU. And so Cornell and Dill Burley is something that typically you either love it or hate it. It can grow on you. You know, I think Kiri's starting to enjoy Haunted Bookshop more. But yeah, Cornell and Dill Burley is its own animal and one that, man, I'm obsessed with. I can't even say I enjoy it. I mean, I absolutely love it. And I will agree with who said it here. Aromatics 3 is very peaty. I would say that's a good description of it.
Blood Logo says he's looking at a 10, and it doesn't even mention Kentucky in it, which is interesting. Aromatics says 3 is very peaty. That's interesting as well. Peaty's an interesting, flavor note for a pipe tobacco. So the Urban Hermit brings something up. The Wessex Burley Slice is very similar to Edgeworth slices. Never tried the Edgeworth. That's one thing I haven't got to try yet.
But it was blended using the original Edgeworth slice recipe.
Yes, now, that's what it's.
What the past couple of years, Wessex Burley Slice changed, and I don't know, 22 compared to what it was before.
Maybe 21, but yeah, right in there. But and Age Burley Flake did as well. It wasn't just the Wessex, the whole top down what they produce. Yes,
but when Wessex Burley Slice originally came out, it was supposed to use the exact same recipe as Edgeworth Slice. So
if you look at the older reviews on like tobaccoreviews.com, the Solani Aged Burley Flakes usually the one that's mentioned having that dominant cocoa top note.
Yeah.
And current production, that is not the case at all. Me and Mushroom Leg were having this conversation, and he agrees with me that, and a lot of people do, that the Wessex Burley Slice now has that dominant cocoa top note, and that the Solani Aged Burley Flake is a lot more subtle and a lot more nuanced. So it's like the roles have kind of turned and vice versa, which is very interesting. And Like Beetlejuice, you say his daggone name, and
every
there
time.
he is. My dude, you cannot make that up. Mushroom Leg, sir, how are you? Welcome to the chat.
No kidding. But
Dutch,
yeah,
I don't disagree. They definitely take a little liberty with descriptions at time.
Herman
So
says
yeah,
early flakes. That's funny.
that is awesome. Aromatics is an interesting cat. Hunter, you're gonna check his channel out, man. He's got some cigar rolling videos, and like he's not holding anything back. He's giving away all the magic, man. There's a lot to learn there from his experience. He's got a great back catalog that I need to catch up on. Unfortunately, I just recently found his channel, but he has a lot of knowledge that I'm wanting to absorb. It's just, you know how it goes. It's a time thing.
I haven't had an actual cigar in several months. The last one I had on the back deck was the My Father that Raven Revelation sent to me.
Cool. I love My Father's cigars. I'm a big fan. You know that, dude. That's one of my companies, right?
That first company that I knew you smoking a lot of different stuff from their line. Like you were exploring the lines of that company.
I'd say before that, though, I was kind of fanboying on the Brick House a little bit from J.C. Newman.
Well, you talked about, how am I saying this? By the time I got into cigars, you were at, I'm so sorry. When I first actually got more serious into cigars, you were going through the My Father phase. Previous to that, you went through the Brick House phase, but I wasn't really a hardcore dedicated cigar smoker at that point. You know what I mean? So when I started smoking cigars regularly, it was the My Father line.
Well, I've always liked J.C. Newman products, but when they launched the Brick House product, and my God, that's been almost 20 years ago. When they launched Brick House and they did the price lock that online retailers could not sell it cheaper than brick and mortars, I fell in love with that concept so hard, regardless of how good the product was, which it was a good product. The Brick House Mighty Mighty, chef's kiss. But just the idea behind it, I was such a fan of that I really kind of carried the water for that company. And even today, I have very good things to say. They really did a lot of good for the brick and mortars to try to help them compete with the online sales.
And how about Newman?
Yeah, so Chris is telling Dr. Bob check Nova, check the Smoking Bay. They might have some. I can find some for you, Dr. Bob. Oh Lord, Carrie says Four Noggins. Four Noggins is going to have a 2-year-old 10 for $75 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I like Four Noggins, but so Chris says Roma Craft, Tatuaje, a patina for him. So the patina is not something I'm intimately familiar with, but I know of them. I'm on the periphery. Roma Craft and Tatuaje, man.
So, and Chris mentions Atabay for special treats. I've never had an Atabay, but the same guy that makes Atabay also makes Byron, if I'm saying that right. And I did have a Byron cigar, like a $50 stick or something. I enjoyed that.
So
my YouTube shorts, I'm smoking that cigar. If anyone wants to go check it out.
Pete Johnson, Tatuaje. Just yeah, man, dude, that's my cigars there, guys. That you're in the right vein, Chris. We have a lot in common there. If you added Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust, maybe a couple other little boutique blending houses, we would be completely yoked up. Great cigars.
Yusuf says we really need to visit the J.C. Newman place in Tampa, Florida. I'd love to.
They have a venue hall you can rent out. They do weddings and everything there, man.
Love the history of J.C. Newman. It's still family owned, operated in America, and on top of that, they make great products. I mean, they really do.
Chris, Skip Martin of Roma Craft. That's the other name I was forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
And Roma Craft's been good to us. I got really upset with Skip a while back. he deleted me as a friend on Facebook and everything. So I guess me and Skip Martins had a falling out. But all the same, love his cigars. His business partner, I don't remember his name, the other guy that lives in Texas.
I'll notice.
He's been really good to me and Hunter. He sent us a lot of stickers and stuff. For a long time, the Neanderthal is one of my favorite cigars ever made.
Smoked it was it Father's Day?
Yeah, that was my Father's Day cigar, the Roman Craft Neanderthal. But yeah, Skip knows his stuff for sure.
And then the guy that made the that blended the
Mike Rosales. That's it. Mike Rosales, Chris says that's him. And his either daughter or his wife does the emails for him. Yeah, great people, man. Great people. They've been really good to me.
The gentleman who blended Viso Hornery, didn't he learn from Romacraft?
Mm-hmm. And Chris knows about him, and he did a he did a thing with Patina cigars. Chris was talking about as well. So,
I saw Patina cigars.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The
name
we did that on the podcast early on. That was a fantastic cigar.
I was at the beach on the balcony of a hotel where you're not supposed to smoke on the balcony.
Yeah, that's right.
Overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, smoking the Viso Horning while doing the podcast. But I knew his name and I can't think of it now. But that was a really good cigar.
Chris says his name's Tyler. That's it. I got him on Facebook as well.
Mm-hmm. Tyler, I think.
I've messaged him, talked to him a lot. He is really cool. He is a Wisconsin gentleman as well. Mm-hmm. Chris is saying there. I forgot about that. Moved down to Texas and then went down to Nicaragua to the factory. Not moved. I think he moved to Texas and then was visiting Nicaragua and got super hands-on at the factory. I know he was color sorting his stuff by hand there for a while back. So, yeah, very cool.
Hillbilly Piper says that he loves Patrons and Fuentes.
If I had your bank account, Hillbilly Piper, I would as well. No, actually, I love Hunter does too. Love Padrones and Fuentes. I love them both. Yeah, they're great cigars. Fantastic. I can name a couple. The 1926 line from Padrone's my favorite. And for the price, the Añejo from Fuente, which is the Opus X, everything else except wrapper. I think it's a broadleaf wrapper with everything else being equal to Opus X is probably my favorite from each line there.
Hermit, we'll see you.
Hermit, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful night.
So with Fuente, you can walk into any cigar shop and find this, but for good reason. I really enjoy a Fuente short story.
Dutch snatch some Maduros. Oh, wait, too soon. The Hemingway short stories is a fantastic cigar. If you can find the Hemingway short story, wait for it. Maduro. It's very hard to find. They do a couple releases, a couple drops of that a year. A fantastic short smoke. It's really good. Really good.
But the Hemingway short, I love Cameroon tobacco. So Cameroon wrapped cigars, I really enjoy. So the Fuente short story, that's Cameroon.
Back to J.C. Newman. That's where it came from.
And the what was the one that we smoked? Was it the Punch? The Punch Petite Corona had the Cameroon wrapper.
No, that wasn't the Punch.
No. CAO has a Cameroon that I love. And one of my greatest cigar smoking experiences was a Rocky Patel 1979 vintage with Cameroon from 1979.
That's a really good stick, and I'm such a hard Rocky critic. Like, I give them hell, but that's a good stick.
That one's good. There's a few Rocky cigars I like. Usually I'm about Rocky Patel.
Hey, but, Yusuf brings up a good one. The Nub Cameroon is pretty good. It's solid. I do like that one.
I would love to try that one for sure.
I like that one. I've had that one. That's a dandy. That's a real good one.
Hold on, let me look up the cigar. Or I'm thinking.
I didn't buy that though. Someone gave it to me. I don't remember who it was, or maybe I got it in one of them samplers or something. I don't remember. Good smoke.
Corona, not Punch. H. Upton.
Aromatics is not wrong. Cameroon is a tough one to blend, and people miss the mark on that a lot. I'll just be honest, they do. But when Cameroon is done well, it brings a certain nuttiness. The exact flavor profile is distinct, and it's you can't replicate it without that leaf, right?
It's nutty, but it's also got a creamy quality that I really. And yeah, that was the H. Upman.
That's right. It was an H. Upman. Cameroon Petit Corona. Is that right?
Petit Corona. Yep.
Fantastic smoke.
Or Mike, I'm sorry. Chris also says that he's not a big Rocky.
I'm not a Rocky fan either.
They're not bad. They're not amazing. For the price point, I can get something like a Perdomo that I'm going to like way better. I did like the 79 vintage Cameroon that's no longer made. And then what was the one that we both liked? There was a very standard cigar that was not
Sungrown. The Rocky Patel Sungrown, the standard Sungrown Rocky Patel was surprisingly decent, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You could taste the daggone thing, and most Rocky Patels not so much, but yeah.
Basic band on it, you know what I mean? Not a fan.
It was a little red band that just said Sungrown. The RP Rocky Patel Sungrown is like, okay, as far as my opinion goes, the Rocky Patel Sungrown is the best Rocky Patel they produce, and it is not that special. It's an average sun-grown cigar. That's kind of where I lay on it.
Rocky Patel 50th anniversary, I think. Garbage. I mean, I hate to say it, just wasn't a good cigar at all. But then the other one was great. So what do you get?
So Chris is talking about San Andreas, and I don't know if anyone else knows. Hunter knows my relationship with San Andreas. Love it. Like I'm crazy about Mexican San Andreas. When done correctly, but you got to think within the brands that I shop, I'm purchasing, high caliber boutique cigars. Mexican San Andreas is offering something that a lot of other tobaccos are not.
Typically, what I end up smoking with cigars is going to be Mexican San Andreas wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. That's usually what I like. If not a Nicaraguan Puro, then essentially a Puro, but with the Mexican San Andreas wrapper. That's usually what we end up with.
I like a lot of Honduran stuff too. So, I mean, for me, there's a lot of stuff I really like, but a well-done Honduran cigar is fantastic as well. Leaf and Briar says, have you had the Alec Bradley Project 40? Is that the one that the wrapper, binder, and filler was all grown on the same farm?
Is that the one? Project 40, I know that.
I don't remember.
I know the last Project 40 I had, I was in Buffalo, New York at a good old boys cigar shop up there that I did not like at all.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
That was a sports club that sold cigars, but Alec Bradley.
I'm an Esteli man as well. Absolutely. Yeah.
The Alec Bradley Gatekeeper was probably my favorite Alec Bradley cigar.
Nope.
No, Keeper of the Gate. I'm sorry. Keeper of the Gate, I think is what it's called.
The Black Market line and the Vandal. The Black Market Vandal.
With the orange band?
No, that's the Vandal's the yellow band. There's a different Black Market with the orange band I like, but the Black Market Vandal is the one with the yellow band. It's not even a band. It wraps 3/4 of the damn cigar.
Mm-hmm.
But the Black Market Vandal by Alec Bradley is probably my favorite. It's really good.
Chris says Esteli all day for me. Buddy, give me Esteli, Jalapa, Sendego. I'm all about it. I think my favorite cigar. I don't want to say my all-time favorite. My favorite that I discovered in 2025 for sure is the Devil's Crab. Is that West Tampa?
West Tampa. That's a wonderful cigar.
I found those and I was so excited because at the time you couldn't buy them individually online, only a 50 count. and it was like $500 or some for the humidor or the box. And I think you can buy them individually now. But anyways, I was in a tinderbox in Myrtle Beach, and they were selling them individually. And I bought Dakota and I each one of those so we could have it on the podcast. And man, I'm in love with that. Smoke. What a great stick! Probably one of my favorite sticks of 25, or one of my all-time. It was good. I'm just saying it was really good. Hope to have another one soon. Loved the experience of that one.
We me and Hunter smoked the Swamp Thing, didn't we?
Yep. We smoked the one with the I guess Candela.
Kentucky Fired. Right?
Yeah, it's Kentucky Fire, but I think it had a Candela wrapper on it though, because it was green, the green Swamp Thing.
I think it was Barber Pole. No, it was two-tone. Is that the one that was two-tone?
I think the the cigar was green, so I assume Candela. The butt of it was brown past the base.
Okay.
But it was a Kentucky Fire cured cigar. I just assumed it was a Candela wrapper. But
we enjoyed that, didn't we?
And I had the all Kentucky one after that didn't have any Candela, and I liked it too. I'm a big Kentucky fan.
So the Steve Saka stuff from Drew Estate, right? Liga 9 and stuff.
Lovely.
The Undercrown Maduro, the Nica Rustic, what's the affordable Nica Rustic?
From
I don't remember. Anyway,
they made when he was there. I don't know.
Anyway, I like Drew Estate's like stronger stuff. Oh, the Herrera stuff that Drew Estate, they quit that whole damn line. The Herrera blends, some of those were fantastic. I don't know why, dude. I guess they didn't sell.
I'm drawing a blank on Drew Estates. Liga Privada number 9 is absolutely fantastic.
Undercrown Maduro I bought by the box. Love those as a kind of like as a Liga 9 replacement. It is Nica Rustica. Okay. Yeah, I like those a lot, man. Now, listen, I got some complaints as well. They put an additive to the tobacco in there to increase smoke production. I've got videos of one just lit while I'm not smoking it, and the smoke rolling off that damn stick is insane. They are definitely putting additives to increase smoke output. It's crazy.
Was it more smoke than the that English John Bull Maduro we smoked?
It was at least as much. Carrie's talking about the Deadwood series. The Deadwood series is premium tobacco. If you're into that kind of thing, I've had the Fat Bottom Betty, the Sweet Jane. I've had a couple of them.
Girl with No Name.
The Dominicana now, the Sweet Jane Dominicana or whatever. They are the best sellers. It's not really in my flavor profile, but I respect them, and I'm not going to, give anyone hell for them.
Lee from Briar says, "Don't hate me," but he liked the acid line for a while. No hate, brother. Smoke what you like.
No judgment here. Dutch said, I told my girl I watch Pipe Lives on YouTube. She said, nerds. Look, she's not wrong. Now, I expect certain things from you tonight, Dutch. And you're going to let us know about it.
That's funny. I don't generally smoke Connecticut Shade, but the PDM is pretty good. Do you know what that is, the PDM?
Well, I don't know, but as far as Connecticut Shade, the Perdomo stuff with Connecticut Shade that's got a little bit stronger filler, I like. I'm not sure what the PDM abbreviation is.
So with Connecticut Shade, I realized I really enjoy, what do you call the Connecticut Shade grown in I'm losing my mind.
You're thinking Pennsylvania broadleaf.
No. Still shade, but it's grown in
Ecuador.
Ecuadorian shade, yeah. So I like the that's still considered a Connecticut though, even though it's not grown in Connecticut.
Well, it's Connecticut seed and it's shade. And this is the cool thing about Ecuador and where these wrappers are grown. And I'll put this out there for chat. Everybody might know, they might not. Nope. Perla del Mar. I'm not familiar with that one actually. Yusuf says, my wife saw how much fun we have on Labs. Now She no more calls me a weird nerd. I'm glad we could normalize it for you, buddy.
Right. That's what we're all about.
So the Connecticut shade, in Connecticut when it's grown, there's actual like cheesecloth suspended above the plants to filter sunlight so that the plant is getting less sun, and they're a little bit more fragile and dainty and not as strong and stuff. In Ecuador, in the high altitude regions in Ecuador, the same genetics are grown, and there's so much overcast. It's still considered shade, Ecuadorian shade from the Connecticut seed, but there's so much overcast from cloud coverage blocking the sun that it does the same thing naturally. And it's very, very interesting.
So Ecuadorian shade I enjoy very well. Okay, the Perdomo Champagne series I like real well, and Aromatics beat me to it. One of my favorite cigars, Connecticut, but it's amazing. The Rose of Sharon, great stick. I've had several of those. Really enjoy Rose of Sharon.
Yeah, that's a dandy. I have to agree with Aromatics there. Quick shout out to Tyler, Mr. Carey. 2241. I don't know how you word that. Carrie's husband, Tyler, he's been featured in a few videos. The very first video I seen of Carrie when I subscribed, Tyler was in the video smoking one of my favorite of all time blends, Nightcap. And that's a big blend in their household. Carrie's husband, Tyler, is a huge fan of Nightcap. And so a very warm hello to Tyler. Would love to see you in more videos, man. I know you like the Nightcap. I like the Nightcap. If you ever want to jump on a live with us and smoke some Nightcap together, let me know. It would be my honor. But just a warm welcome and hello to Tyler. I'm glad that he's within earshot and tagging along.
I'll add to that too, or agree with you. You know, we both always have Nightcap handy. If not, we'll open a 10. But anytime you want to join, we'll smoke some Nightcap together for sure.
That was my blend for a very long time, guys. Nightcap was my predominant mainstay for a long time. I love it. It's got a huge place in my heart, and I still love smoking. I haven't much lately just because there's so much new stuff to try, and I've been discovering and enjoying. But Nightcap historically is, I guess you could say, my quote-unquote favorite blend.
It's still crazy to see you going from chain smoking Nightcap, and I do mean truly chain Nightcap.
I used to buy it in bulk and smoke it all day, guys.
And now he put his pinky up. This is a very well refined Virginia Flake.
Listen, I don't know if 507C is that refined or distinguished, but I don't like it. Okay.
That's funny.
Aromatic says, Nightcap, my first English. So Nightcap was actually my first premium pipe tobacco blend to get away from over-the-counter blends. You know, I smoked a lot of Carter Hall and stuff, and the first order I placed online because we don't have shops or anything near us. The only pipe tobacco I could get locally here was over-the-counter stuff. My first online order for tobacco ever was for a single 10 of Dunhill's Nightcap. This would have been circa, Hunter, give me an idea. What
2010.
Say it?
2010, maybe?
First one was probably 2008, 2009. Something like that. But anyway, fell in love.
For me, my first premium pipe tobacco blend that I ever smoked was 965.
Coffee and Leaf, thanks for stopping by. I'm getting ready to close this thing down. I really appreciate you, man. Everybody go check out Coffee and Leaf's channel. It is linked in my last video.
Before we close it out, Leaf and Briar has a great question.
Early morning pipe. Yep, Hunter, take it away. That's you've kind of covered this one.
Yeah, so Dunhill has 3 big blends, all English. You have Early Morning Pipe and Rising in Strength and Latakia content. You have 965 and Rising in Strength and Latakia content. Again, you have Nightcap.
One second, Hunter.
Go ahead.
The wonderful Mrs. Yusuf is in the chat. I want to give her a big hello. here from West Virginia. Greetings, good morning. It's so good to talk to you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. It's really good to see you in the chat there.
So with the early morning pipe, much less Latakia, much more Oriental, more Virginia. Really the Oriental still the show. But of course it's still an English blend, but it's just going to be airier, lighter, not as full body, not as punchy, a much more delicate experience. You move up to 965. That is your go-to standard English that all other Englishes are compared to. And then you have your nightcap, which is a very, very deep English with a very heavy Latakia content and somehow, I guess, a lot of nicotine, which I don't know how the nicotine gets there, but it packs a punch. I did a challenge last year called the Dunhill Big 3 Challenge, where I got a 10 of early morning pipe, 965, and nightcap, and I only smoked those until they were gone. I would begin my morning with early morning pipe, and then from lunch until I got home, I would smoke 965, and once I got home, I would smoke nightcap, and it was a very fun experiment. If anyone has 2 weeks they want to dedicate to 3 blends, that would be the way to do it. But it's a great blend. Like I think Pipe Philosophy said on here, definitely a lot lighter. But, man, it's a dandy. I really enjoy it. At this point, I may have smoked more early morning pipe than 965, which is saying something, but it ages very nicely too. Just a nice, light-bodied English blend.
I want to touch on something here. Dutch says that good old Peter Stokkebye's Balkan Supreme was my first premium blend.
So, boy, we're getting smart.
Yep. So nightcap was like my introduction, and at the time, 2008, 2009, nightcap was not available in bulk yet, right? At the very, very, very onset, this is probably about 2010, of the establishment of the YTPC, there was a channel, Northwest Piper, something like that. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And he was talking about deals he could get on this Peter Stokkebye Balkan Supreme. He was getting it for like $26, $28 a pound. And that was my introduction into bulk premium tobaccos. And my first purchases of bulk tobaccos was Peter Stokkebye's Balkan Supreme, and I smoked it until my tongue had rug burn and I couldn't taste food for a long span of time. So yeah, I'm right there with you, Dutch. It wasn't my very first premium, but it was the first bulk blend I ever purchased, and I smoked a lot of it.
And well, Dakota, looks like Mrs. Yusuf is signing off. I'll let you handle that, and then I got another question I'm going to answer, but I got to find my lighter. I just dropped.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm going to sleep. Yusuf took me for a 6-hour night wildlife drive. Just ate, need to rest. Don't know how Yusuf can stay awake. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless. God bless you and yours. Thank you so much for stopping by and chatting. It was really good to see you, Mrs. Yusuf. Really appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for letting your one-legged husband participate in these shenanigans. Thank you so much, and we will see you again here real soon.
Okay.
Dutch says his English choice now is Star of the East. I love Star of the East. I need to try the Star of the East Flake. I have not tried that.
So, Breyer says that he loves EMP. You need to try 965 and nightcap. You absolutely should.
Oh, man. If you like early morning pipe and you want more oomph to it, do the 965 next and nightcap after that. It's kind of a progressive scale. I love them all three, to be honest with you.
But he also asked about comparing nightcap to Pirate Cake. So Pirate Cake is 75% Latakia. So it's going to have much more Latakia, much deeper. But at the same time, I would say it not quite as punchy.
Hey, do you see Dutch's comment?
Okay, he's stalking you is what he's doing.
This is perfect. This is perfect. No, he was obviously watching the early YTPC. He says, where's it at? Balkan Supreme and a Jake Hacker. So you were a Dagner fan back then, apparently. But yeah, exactly. Balkan Supreme and a Jake Hacker. Jake Hacker was the first artisan pipe I ever purchased one-on-one for a very long time. It's what turned me on to the poker shape and is why I'm such a fan of the 311 today, actually, as a continuation throughout the years. So, Dutch, I'm really glad you said that, man. It's close to home for me.
Carrie says that Frogmorton Cellar was her first premium pipe tobacco blend. That was the first premium type pipe tobacco blend that I smoked like on repeat all the time. I smoked a lot of Frogmorton Cellar. For years, my avatar on all my pipe social media was just the picture of the Frogmorton Cellar label.
Oh, Mushroom's talking about his next tattoo. Check that out. I want to see pictures. I think that's awesome.
The original Frogmorton, frog on a log.
Yusuf says, I like parrot cake. After all, I am a one-legged parrot. Yusuf, you are legit, bro. I mean, you don't have a parrot, but I mean, you're getting close. Dutch says he has 13 Hackards. That's incredible. Dutch, let me tell you something. I bought one Jake Hackard pipe a couple years back because I've been looking at him for so long, and it was so beautiful. I could not bring myself to smoke it, so I gave it to Hunter.
And it took months to smoke it too.
True story, guys. It was my first artisan pipe purchase. It was lovely. It was gorgeous. I wanted it for so long. After I got it, I could not bring myself to smoke it, so I gave the damn thing away. It's how it goes.
And I have a video of that if you want to see it. Early last year, I'd say.
Devil ants. I need to get one of those devil ants, dude. They're so cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I've thought about getting a pipe tattoo for years. I would want to get it in the style of like traditional sailor tattoos, aka like Sailor Jerry style tats, but with a pipe theme to it.
Some traditional flash art, Sailor Jerry flash art, pipe tattoos. I've seen actually some on one of the Facebook groups this past week, but it wasn't traditional flash art, but it was cool.
But I would want it to be a very specific pipe, probably a 673, not just like a generic pipe in the tattoo. I'd have to have it like.
You don't say. I would never would have guessed. All right, guys, we are 3 hours into the live. It is 12:22 a.m. here on the East Coast. It has been a long evening full of plenty of pipe smoking and conversation, and I am tuckered out.
I feel you.
So I'm going to cut this thing off. Everybody's still in here. Thank you so much for stopping by. You are appreciated. You are loved. And catch us again next Saturday, and we'll do it again. What do you think, Hunter?
I think Saturday nights on the YTPC is brought to you by the After Party. That's what I think.
All right, guys. It's 7:22 a.m. in South Africa. Yusuf and his lovely wife is getting some breakfast in their belly, and they're getting ready to start the day. I'm going to hit the sack when I wake up. I'm going to do the same thing. Everybody take care. Thanks for stopping by.
We'll see everyone.
We'll catch you again.